Hello. I can hear myself now. Good morning, everybody. Ben and Woods 97.3. The Fan. Well, Doomers assemble here on Ben and Woods this morning. Certainly. They're already in the chat. I'm seeing a lot of doom and gloom. And frankly, I get it. I totally do. And we will talk about that today. Good to be with the fellas. It's always, for me, after a rough loss, I like to come in. I know I'm going to see my boys in the morning. That makes me happy. When we lose on the weekend, it's nice to be with my family, but I feel like I don't snap at you guys as much as I do them. Like, clean your room. You know, I'm not in the mood for this. And here, it's a little bit more of a safe space for me. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl, the executive producer of Ben and Woods. Good morning, Paulie.
Hey, how are you?
Doing great. Ben Higgins is your friendly neighborhood sports anchor. How are you, buddy?
I'm good. How bad would you feel if you snapped at me?
I would feel bad.
Wouldn't you feel
bad?
bad?
I would. I'd feel bad. Like, shut up! Ben, I snapped at you a little yesterday.
Rolls off my back.
But it was just a baseball snapping discussion. Like, you don't like RBIs? Are you out of your mind? Right? So, like, that made me snap a little bit, but I'm not mad at you. And I'm not mad at them. It's just, you know, we let this team dictate a lot of our mood, certainly. And it's you skirt the line of like, hey, man, who cares? Right? And then you skirt the line of like, this is everything. And, your moods change on a day-to-day basis based on what a baseball team does. And if you really look at that from 30,000-foot view, you're an idiot, right? Like, I'm an idiot. I'm an absolute idiot for going, why am I letting a bunch of grown millionaires dictate how I feel and how my show, my blank canvas goes in the morning? That sucks.
Let me say this. We will get into the game. We will get into the team when the time is appropriate. It's not now. But I will make two promises.
Okay.
First of all, I've got no idea what's going to happen the rest of the season. Neither do you.
Yep.
So for everyone who says they're going to turn it around, for everyone who says they're going to collapse, you don't know.
Correct. You say it to make yourself feel better.
But my promise is I have something that will make you feel a little bit better about the Padres before the end of the show.
Oh, good.
I will share that a little bit later, but I can promise you that what I tell you will make you feel at least a little bit better before the end of the show.
We circumvented the rules, and Paul Skeens is going to be pitching for us very, very soon.
He's on loan.
There was a loophole. Yes, there's a loophole, and guess who's going to be there today? Paul Skeens.
We could skip foreplay for that.
Oh, yeah, buddy. I love Paul Skeens. I love Paul Skeens. I went out to Petco Park last night in all its beauty, in all its splendor. Beyond packed on a Tuesday night.
60th sellout of the season.
It was a beautiful night at the ball yard. And I mean a beautiful night. Picture perfect. And showing off for our guest, Aussie Tony, who will be up and at 'em. I'm assuming soon. If he's even gone to bed yet, is my guess. I'm not sure. He's an absolute wild man. I had such a great time yesterday. I went down after the show, went home, did some business, went down to QC Kinetics, actually, and I got a treatment on my wrist, and they said, is anything else bothering you? And I go, my elbow's a little tight because I throw a lot of football, a lot of baseball with my kids. And they go, no problem. Let's do a PRP in that. And I go, you don't have to. I've never done it. And I got a little nervous. They go, no, don't worry. Won't hurt a bit. Bro, put my elbow up there, did a little PRP shot, moved it around. I feel fantastic.
Nice.
I feel fantastic. They're
You're like a world-class athlete. Now.
I felt when I left there, I felt like a real player.
The insider should be reporting. Stephen Woods got a PRP shot in his elbow. Things are looking better for him coming up. Should return some of that velocity to his arm.
Yeah, five more miles an hour. So now I'll get up to 66 miles an hour, which is really, well, if you're throwing 61 and then you get to 66, it's a little bit hotter. So it was fine. It was like, and I will say this, I did think to myself, sometimes you hear about these guys having to get a PRP shot or something. It's like a big deal. It wasn't. So I'm not buying that line anymore. Get one every day if you could. So then after that, I went down and met my buddy Craig and Aussie Tony. Went down to Bub's by the ballpark. Just grabbed a couple of beers.
Bub's, I think, it's kind of quintessential down there.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know that it's the best spot you're ever going to find, but it's if you want to go East Village Gas Lamp Sports Bar before the game, you kind of think Bubs.
Yeah,
you know, it's always busy before a game. It's packed.
Well, we walked in and it was early. I mean, I got down there early, fellas. Probably 3 hours before game time. All right. Yeah, it was a long time. And I, wanted to get some food and have a couple of beers with the boys. And Tony, when we walked in, he goes, "Mate, you guys know how to do a sports bar, And he's like, "We can't. It's nothing like this." And I'm like, "Really? All right. Maybe there's a burgeoning market for sports bars over in Australia. Something to think about for the angel investors out there." He said, and then, walking him around Petco Park, wide-eyed, like, wait. So I took him out to Gallagher Square, and he goes, wait. Are we still in the ballpark? I go, "Yeah, man, this is all part of the thing." And he's like, you're blown away. He goes, "Our stadium's like a circle, and you go in, and that's it. There's nothing for the kids. It's just old school." And I was like, all right, that's pretty cool to watch.
He's probably used to something more like a bigger Snapdragon.
Yeah,
where
something
it's just
like that.
There's a concourse kind of on the outside of the shell of the stadium, but then you're there for the game.
Yeah, he came and he'll be in later, and you can ask him about all this. It was really cool to see it kind of through somebody's eyes that had never seen it. We had great seats. My buddy Bogsy hooked us up. We had really good seats down really low where you could hear Gunnar Henderson's knee get smoked by Yu Darvish in the first inning. Like you could hear it where we were sitting. It almost made my stomach turn. I don't know how you ran to first. I really don't. But so, yeah, man, it was a really fun time. We reminisced on some stories of England. We told some current funny stories. It was just a really, really good evening. And then I left in the fourth because I wanted to see my kids before they went to bed.
So what do you think Aussie Tony did after you left?
He hung out with Craig and probably had another 75 cocktails.
Okay.
Is my guess.
And then we have no idea what happened after the game.
None.
Late nights,
I got
entertainment.
I got no texts. I got no nothing. So I told them, have your asses here by 8:00. We'll see if they come through. But it was such a good time. Went home, got the kids down, and got in bed and watched the end of that travesty. Certainly.
We had I was anchoring last night, and our top story the last couple of days when I've been anchoring has been, and I don't know if you guys saw this, maybe you saw it last night, Woods, when you were down there, was the change in parking fees downtown.
I heard people
talking about it. The city of San Diego started last night, first night, that when there is a Padres game or any event at Petco Park with more than 10,000 people, so a bigger concert or a Padres game, that the meters around the ballpark, which used to be $2.50 an hour, and then it ended at 6:00. So if you were lucky enough to get there, early, find a spot on the street, you could put $5 in the meter and you're good for the rest of the night. Now it's $10 an hour starting 2 hours before the event and lasting until 4 hours after the start time. So for a 6:40 Padres game from 4:40 until 10:40, it's $10 an hour. So if you park at 4:40 and you stay through the game and maybe go get a beer afterwards, you're going to pay $60 in the meter instead of $5 downtown.
Wow.
So we had a lot of we had reporters down there talking to people. Hey, were you aware this was happening? Some people said, no, I mean, I better take the trolley coming in nowadays. Plus, there's a bunch of the employees who work down there and used to just go and park.
Ooh,
and they're going, now we've got to find a different way because I can't afford to pay $60 to be at work for 6 hours. If I have a shift like at Bubs and I'm a server and I was going to park down there, I just get there early, find a spot. I was going to put my money in the meter. It's no longer tenable really to do that. So employees and employers were thinking this doesn't work too well for us. But the city's going the Padres get to charge $38, $45, $50, $60 for their lots, but we only get to make $2.50 for all the other parking in San Diego. So they're trying to take advantage to, make up their budget shortfall some way. So that was the big story last night. I don't know if you noticed it when you were walking around the ballpark, but you did.
Actually, walking down the street, I heard people talking about it. And it's a bummer. That's a bummer. The consumer is the one that always gets hosed. Unless you're listening to Ben Woods, we don't hose you. You can listen to this for free. I feel we're one of the last bastions of businesses that really don't try to stick it to you. We really don't. It's free. You don't have to listen and scream at us if you don't like what you hear. You just can turn the channel and then get some more free entertainment if you're so inclined. Paulie, what happened to the my filters over here. We were messing around with the cameras in here this morning, and I noticed if you go into the software for our camera for YouTube, there's a bunch of different settings. Now I put the slim setting all the way up, and I
slid it all the way to 100.
I don't look any slimmer from this.
You can set the camera to slim.
Paulie, Benny, it's the first I've heard of it. Now it was on 0, which I thought
handsome or
no, but Paulie had me on slim 0, and so I put it on slim 100. And I can't tell the difference.
Yeah, I don't know.
Paulie, you did it on purpose.
Did anything.
Well, if I go over and check his, and his slim is on 100, right now. If his slim is on 100, we have a problem. You got a problem, Paul.
Yeah, truly, I didn't actually lose any weight at all with SDFatLoss.com. I just increased my slim setting over the last 2 years.
This doesn't look right. So this slim setting isn't working even a little bit for me. So I don't know what's going on.
How did you gain all the weight?
Turned off the slim setting.
Turned off the slim setting. Yeah, the slim's not working. None of the extra additions on my camera are working. So we'll have to look into
work on that.
All right, thank you.
Sorry about it.
And again, if his is on 100, mine's on 0, I'm going to flip out. I'm going to absolutely flip out. Trying to make me look porkier than I am. Man, anyway, I don't know. We were talking about it kind of before the show, and you see the people in the chat. You certainly see people on Twitter. I thought it was a good point last night, Benny. Kind of spawned from a text that we had to with each other, me, you, and Paulie. And I said, "Man, this is bad. This looks bad right now." And you said it's really just like watching the same team over and over and over. And
same game.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, the formula's there.
Yeah. And I said, it reminded me of many, many moons ago, I moved to Las Vegas, which was one of the dumber things that a 22, 24-year-old Woods could do. And I moved to Las Vegas, and I moved way out into the burgeoning area of Summerlin. And I was in a brand new apartment, very nice, but it didn't have cable. And I didn't have a ton of dough to like set up cable. So I thought, as I'm getting on my feet here, I'd rather go out and drink and party. I'll wait on cable. And so I had a DVD player, and I had one DVD.
One DVD. It was the Jon Favreau, Vince Vaughn movie called Made. And I highly recommend it. It's a really brilliant movie. A lot of the cast of The Sopranos are in it. It's brilliant. But I watched it over and over. And you would come home from work if you weren't, going out or whatever. You're like, this is what I have. This is all I have. So I would put it in as I went to bed every night. And I would watch it, and you know what you're going to get every single night. You know what's coming. You're going to fall asleep, and then you're going to hear the awful DVD music playing over you. I woke up to, and I don't even know what the song was, but it went. I know it's burned in my brain. Dun 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 dun, over and over and over and over and over. I'd wake up to it, and go, and I'd have to turn it off, and then I would do it again the very next night, and the night after that, and the night after that. That's what it's like watching my DVD of Made, except Made was way more entertaining and way more prettier girls in Made than I'm watching the San Diego Padres. But it's like watching the same game over and over and over. Yeah, it can be Dylan Cease. It can be Yu Darvish. It can be Nestor Cortez. You're going to get about 4 innings, entirely too many pitches. Now, they're not going to give up the farm. They're not going to give up 8 runs, but they're probably going to give up 3 or 4 in those 4 innings. The Padres are going to fall behind a little bit early. They'll rally back a little bit. It's going to be close at some point.
You'll have a shot.
They're going to have a shot. They're going to get the tying runs to the plate. Offense isn't going to come through, and ultimately they're going to lose the game in the end. That's what it's felt like the last 2 weeks.
There will also be a crushing error that will, instead of just you get through it and make the next play, there will be an error that just crushes you.
They'll have the tying run at the plate or on deck.
100%.
Like they'll show you the fight.
There will be an opportunity to win the baseball game. It won't be a drubbing, right? For the most part, it's not going to be a drubbing. They're going to scratch and claw, and they're going to get you. It's called edging. We're going to get edged, and we're going to be, come on, man, the season can turn. I must have said to myself last night, this swing could turn this season around, at least
with Arise, Manny,
and Toddy. Those 3 guys, I go, this season, and Jackson had a chance too. I go, this swing can turn this season around. Nobody came through. Nobody. And that's a bummer. But I will tell you this. How many games to go? 23 games to go. At some point, they will win a baseball game. I'm very confident in saying they will win another baseball game. Don't know when it's going to be. I hope it's today. But they will win another baseball game. They don't seem very panicked, which I think leads a lot of us to look at them and go, oh, they don't have a sense of urgency. You may be right. And maybe it's by design. Maybe it's because I really don't know. I would think you'd want to win these games while the Dodgers are also scuffling. But what do I know?
The irony of this part of the season is that as a fan, you keep wanting to see the team hit the panic button. Like, okay, come on, what's going on here? Where's that urgency? But in reality, the last thing you ever want your team to do is panic.
You're right.
You really don't want that. There's never been a successful team that we were scuffling along and then we panicked and then everything was fine after that. That's just never how it works in sports. And the teams that succeed are the ones that usually remain steady through the ups and downs of a season, whether it's baseball, football, basketball, any sport. There's always ups and downs, and the best teams are always the ones that remain kind of, I don't know, unusually steady during them. And that's just how it works.
So steady is an interesting way to put it, because I don't look at this team and think that they're steadily poor right now, right? Like they're not
steady emotionally.
Yeah, you're not seeing the snaps. You're not seeing the bat throws. Some people want it. I'm okay with a little bit of emotion, and you see it from a couple of guys. Like Razor will do it, Merrill will do it. But at the end of the day, man, I think you just don't want to. It's tough to give these games away specifically, and especially when you look. Neither of these teams at the top of the West. Neither of these teams have flipped the switch. I mean, they just haven't. And we go back and forth, and now 2.5 games out again today, and there's just no urgency, but there's also no panic. So it's kind of a weird state to live in as a fan. You don't see them. You see them playing. I don't want to come in here and say that they don't play hard, because I watched them. I watched them intently last night. I watched them intently every night. I do see them playing hard. I just don't see them executing well at all. And that's pitching, that's defense, that's hitting. All facets of the game. They're playing hard. They're just not playing well.
It's also rarely the team that is absolutely having to sprint to the finish line that generally wins the whole thing. Correct. At the end. If you have to use all your mojo, all your fire to get to the playoffs at the end, at some point that runs out. I mean, even the hottest teams that we've seen, recently, like the Cardinals that won 17 in a row for Mike Schilt in September, eventually, petered out, and they just can't keep it up all the way through. So if you want them to start now, you're probably hitting the accelerator a little too early.
Maybe. Maybe. And again, it's I don't think you can go through this segment talking about the Padres without saying unequivocally, you guys have to play better. You just do. It's the fans deserve it. This city deserves it. You're better than what you're showing right now. All of you. Manny is better. He's a better player than what he's showing. Fernando is a better player than what he's showing. Arise is a better player than what he's showing. Jackson Merrill is miles above what he's showing. They know that. They absolutely know that. And I don't want to come in here this morning and say, no, it's okay. They'll figure it out. They may not, but they will win a baseball game. They may even win 2. And they may even win 6. You know what I'm saying? They will win a game again. It just sucks. And you can't put the toothpaste back in that tube when you look up and you go, the Pirates, hell yeah, out-of-way, Pirates life for me. And then you come out and lay a turd against a guy that hadn't thrown in 2 years. Who went, 6 innings?
5
innings against you. And through, at one point I was driving home, Jesse's like, absolute strike throwing machine, 61 pitches, 18 balls. Like, the guy was pounding the zone.
He wears number 68.
Yeah, he does, man. He's a big boy, too. He's about 8 feet tall.
6'8", 260 is what he's listed from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Just country. Now, you see that guy and you're like, oh, he must have thrown. He was throwing 93. His heater topped out at 93. We're swinging through it. That's a little bit of a problem. They're not ready for 93 and 86 on the outside corner. He was pounding that changeup to guys last night too. So it's just they're just a tough watch right now. They really, really are a tough watch. And I feel like I don't feel like, Ben, that they're like, oh, we're so good, we don't have to do much to win games. I don't feel like that.
I don't think that's it either.
I get the feeling that they're just like, hey, we're okay. We're not going to panic and we're not going to press. It's a weird strategy when you're this close to the division. That being said, I hate to say it. You sound like a shill when you say it. There's still time.
I mean,
there's
Jose
still
says
time.
they look like a tired team. They do look a little tired, and I'm sure they are. It's been 130 some odd games that they've played. Other teams look a little tired at this point in the season. There's a reason that they call them the dog days of summer.
Yeah, Jesse was talking about it last night.
If you're a good team, you'll go through this phase, and then you'll come out of it, and you'll have a last burst of energy. Will this team? I guess they'll have to show us if they have that last burst. I promise you, several other teams will also go through this and are going through this. Will they also come through it, or will they not? That's why we watch, and we will find out. We will set the menu for what we've got coming up on the program today.
Well, and the crazy thing is, SP Chula Vista says, how many frustrating stretches like this have they had? And no more than any other team. This is also a team that has not been 500 this season. They've never been 500. Never once. They've never been 500. So as bad as it's gotten, it hasn't gotten that bad.
It's just frustrating because this was the easy part of the schedule, and it still is. They have the easiest remaining.
Don't
schedule.
say easy, say soft. Right?
Sure.
It's the soft part of the schedule. Softer.
I mean,
but
you're playing teams with losing records.
Correct. But you're also playing teams with guys like Beavers and Jackson that are like,
Rivera,
I want a job.
Yeah.
I want a job. And they look out and they go, that guy makes $30 million a year. That guy makes 11. This guy makes 14. That guy he's brand new to the league. He makes, what does Jackson make a year? 15,
right
12,
yeah, going
right?
to. I mean, probably
okay.
not yet. But
that guy makes 30 million. I want that. They're tired. I'm young. I'm going to kick their ass.
They also know our season's going to end in a couple of weeks, and we've got nothing left to play for other than these games.
Yep.
So, yeah, you do get some of that. We will talk about it all. We'll set the menu after a quick check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by Caltrans, reminding you that southbound I-5 will be closed at State Route 52 starting Friday night. Good morning. Got a few problems starting us off. One of them is a stalled vehicle northbound at 5 before Main and Division. It was in the fast lane, but it looks like another vehicle has pulled over to assist. So now they're both sitting in the center divide, northbound 5 before Main and Division. So take it extra carefully there. Also, watch out for some debris in the right lane of that transition westbound King Freeway at the southbound 125. And hit and run crash, northbound 5 right before Carmel Valley Road. That's over to the right shoulder. Caltrans reminds you that southbound I-5 will be closed at State Route 52 Friday night through Monday morning as part of the I-5 Asset Management Project. Please plan ahead and use alternative routes like Interstate 805. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
All right, coming up in the next hour, we'll have the highlights from last night's game, talk Padres, update the standings, and more. Plenty of baseball talk on the way. After that, our regular segments like Don't Do This, Take on Woods, and the Reindl Report. But I am looking most forward to the second half of the program.
Me too.
Assuming he is able to roust himself to meet Aussie Tony in person. Your new friend that you met in Manchester, England.
He's excited to meet you guys.
In town, going to come in. I have not met him yet. I'm very excited.
I'm very excited. I'm very nervous.
Don't be nervous. He is.
Well, Paulie has to keep sure.
Does he know the dump button? He knows how the dump button works.
And we'll explain it to him. But he last night walking around, it was Aussie Tony, hell yeah! Like, it was great. He was like, "This is unbelievable." He had the time of his life. So he is such a long-suffering sports fan as well. The team that he roots for in the AFL, which is Australian rules football, the worst. And so he goes, I go to every game. I sit, I suffer. So he's one of us. And now he bought his first Padres hat last night, and now he's officially one of us. His questions about baseball were so good. I mean, they were so good. I said, come on in. You fire him away at Ben. Ben loves to Ben's playing things. You will have a great time. And the culture over there is just fascinating. The sports culture, talking about, these teams. There's like 10 teams in Melbourne. 10
Oh,
teams.
it's like
in Melbourne.
soccer teams in London.
That's
they
right.
just have tons
They
of
just
teams
have tons
in the city.
and tons, and he's just such a good dude. You guys will love him.
Looking forward to it. We will get this show rolling after a quick timeout, and we're back with Ben and Woods, our Padres Wrap-Up next here on 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000-466. For a full list of games and rules, played at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
So it's possible that Aussie Tony went after the game down to 7 Mile Casino.
Potentially.
And, checked out the card room scene here in San Diego. I would imagine if he did, he would have been impressed. The card room scene is good. At least when you go to 7 Mile Casino, you're going to walk in, you're going to find something that is clean, upscale, comfortable, hip, friendly, easy to deal with, comfortable. Did I say that already?
You said comfortable already.
Twice. I like comfort. You know me.
I know you do. It is a comfortable place, and you can be very comfortable when you go play cards comfortably at 7 Mile Casino. They got Texas Hold'em, they got Pai Gow, they got Baccarat, and they have my beloved California-style blackjack. So do yourself a favor. Day game today, great time to go down, pre, post, after, play a little cards. Probably going to see Aussie Tony there at some point, getting after it. But it's just a great place. They've been so good to us, and we'd like to be good to them. Send you their way. They'll take good care of you.
Yeah, enjoy the patio overlooking San Diego Bay. It's on the west side of the 5 freeway down in Chula Vista. 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
Even Jesse Agler isn't immune to the dog days of summer.
Oh, yeah.
He got the incorporator in. We'll pay that off for you coming up at the top of the hour. But it wasn't the easiest one. And we gave him a tough word yesterday. If you were listening when Jesse Agler joined us, and he got the word sphygmomanometer to incorporate into last night's game alongside Bob Scanlon. Play that for you coming up. Got our highlights in a moment. I did want to update. It is official, as we all suspected and pretty much knew at the time. Jason Adam is out for the season, got the imaging on his quadriceps tendon. It was ruptured, had an ultrasound and an MRI. He's probably going to have surgery. He thinks maybe even today. Just get it underway and then get the rehab started this week for what he hopes is a return estimated 6 to 9 months from now. So if it's 6 months, then you could see him being ready right around the start of next season. If it's 9 months, might not be ready until close to the middle of next season. So
I would say probably target the All-Star break.
Yeah, pretty devastating injury for Jason Adam.
What's his contract, Sitch?
He's under control for one more year next year. Yeah,
right.
so
you start down a man already there.
You start down a man in the bullpen next year.
Knowing he's the dude has worked back from so many things, and you don't want to. It's not a good thing that he got the injury, but it's not his elbow. You know what I mean? Like, it's not his elbow. If he can get that right and come back, what a nice piece to add next year.
Lots of love and support from his teammates. You love to see that. I mean, when you see that clubhouse, I think it gives me encouragement to know that these guys really are a family. They do care about each other. But with that, Woods, and you lose Xander Bogaerts to a broken foot last week, I think that's part of this. It's hard to be playing at your most energetic and best when you're also getting hit, left and right. The arrows are being fired at you right now, and you're losing key guys. Xander Bogaerts, key guy on this team. They can overcome the loss of Xander Bogaerts, as I believe they can overcome the loss of Jason Adam at some point, but it's going to take an emotional toll here. So if they don't look their absolute best right now. Keep in mind that it's been a rough emotional week here for the San Diego Padres, losing two key guys, one for the season, one probably for the rest or most of the rest of the regular season, out of their lineup, and they're processing and dealing with that while they're still trying to play these games and, find a way to turn things around when they're not playing their best baseball.
But they do have to, and that's two leaders, right? For sure. Xander and Jason Adams. That being said, you have to find a way. You have to find a way.
They do. They absolutely have to find a way.
You got to find a way.
You can't necessarily expect it to happen on the first day. Sure. All right, Jason Adams gone. Let's be, we will find a way to turn around.
That night. I did. I said it yesterday. I expected your boys laying down there on the field. It's like, all right, let's win this game against a very beatable team, a team that's lost way more than they've won this year. And it's been a rough stretch of baseball for the San Diego Padres, and obviously the most inopportune time to have such a rough stretch where they just haven't looked like the grit squad that they did earlier in the season. And again, you just feel like you're watching the same movie over and over. A leadoff double. Remember how excited you used to get about a leadoff double? And now you're like, oh boy, he's not scoring. I mean, it's just this sinking feeling sits in because we've seen it so much lately. And I know it's recency bias. I know that there's such better baseball in these guys, and they know that as well. I was down at the ballpark yesterday, and I talked to several people around the organization. And I don't get the sense that there is one single shred of panic, not one. And I said, why? Why not? Me, the fan at the end of the day, why? Why aren't they panicking? Because they know that they're a good team. And I said, but if they're a good team, why aren't they playing like a good team? And they said, they don't, you're not going to break your back right now, early September. There is a time to gas it up. I guess they don't feel like now is that time. And I said, I don't understand it, but if that's the philosophy, fine. I guess I'm going to have to live with it. When the team...
Is that like a supreme confidence in your team and supreme confidence in, hey, we can handle a 3 or 5 or a 7 game series. Really, the goal is not the ultimate goal, but the goal is just get into the dance.
Get in
by any means necessary, because guess I'm not sure that I would employ that method, but I can wrap my head around, I guess, cruise control, for lack of a better term.
Like
because nothing's clinched yet.
You're right. We're not going to absolutely melt down. Now it looks like they're melting down because they're not winning. So obviously that's but a meltdown to me is infighting. So I asked, all right, these people that I talked to, how's the clubhouse? They said the clubhouse is great. And some of these people I've talked to before have told me, oh, the clubhouse isn't great. This is years ago. So they would tell me, what's going on. They said, clubhouse is great. I mean, they're just not panicked. They're just not going to panic right now. I go, okay, but you realize that your entire fan base and everybody else is panicking. They go, yeah, they are well aware. They're just not going to panic right now. And I go, I don't like that answer, but I'm going to have to wear it too, because I think you can see that. I think you can, when you watch this team, you can see they're not panicked, but they're not cool, calm, and confident either. And how can you possibly be confident when you're not coming through against guys that you should come through against? Does that make sense? Like hittable pitchers, guys that haven't pitched in 2 years. Kyle Bradish the night before, very hittable. And they're not coming through against those guys. How does that not shatter your confidence as a player a little bit?
I mean, I look at a team like the Dodgers, who are playing below 500 ball since the start of July.
Yeah.
And losing to really bad teams.
100%.
The Pirates yesterday, 2 or 3 of the Diamondbacks swept in their season series by the Angels.
Yep.
I don't think that they're not a confident team.
They are.
I think they're a very confident team that has no doubt that when they get to the playoffs, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
But the difference is as bad as they're playing, I think they and their players and at least their fan base can look at their numbers and go, guys, our OPS is like second in baseball. We hit with the second most home runs. Like, they have it in them. The answer, if you're a Padres fan, is does our team have it in them to go out and hit home runs and punish mistakes because you're not seeing it against some of the
offensively. No, but the Padres pitching staff for most of the season has been among the best in baseball.
Correct.
Leading the league in shutouts. The bullpen has been the best in baseball.
Correct.
They have it in them to hold teams to 0 or 1 or 2 runs and win games that way.
Yes,
and
they do have it in them.
That's generally how you win games in the playoffs. So they absolutely know they have that in them. Haven't been getting it recently from the starting pitching. It's been now, most of this month where they haven't gotten enough consistent starting pitching.
8 straight starts of no quality starts. Is that right?
Yes.
8. Yeah. That's tough. The cyclical snowball effect of baseball is your starter doesn't go deep into games. Also, I watched it last night. The first inning home run, the base is loaded. You can see the infield like, oh my God, here we go again. They're playing from behind constantly. They never get, a clean inning, a shutout inning, a chance to score first. They're always playing from behind, and everything starts to snowball. Then you got to go to your bullpen in the 5th, and you have to do that for 8 straight days. Of course, they're going to be flat. Of course, they're going to have the book on some of these guys. They're pitching a ton. I was driving home yesterday, and Scan goes, in comes Wandy Peralta for his 63rd appearance of the season. And then he just goes like this. He goes, 63rd. Wow. It's a lot. It's a lot. And Jason Adam was amongst the league leaders. And so
he didn't get hurt because they overused him.
No. He got hurt on a fluke
absolutely
play.
Nothing to do with that.
But if Dylan Cease goes 7 and the offense does what it's supposed to do, is he in the game? You know what I mean? Like all
that's
this,
true. That's true.
The cyclical things of baseball, it's just snowballing on us right now. It's snowballing on them.
All right, let's get to the highlights, our Padres crap-up of last night's game after a quick check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. Just one problem to mention here, northbound 5 before Carmel Valley Road got a hit-and-run crash over to the right shoulder. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? They always bottle their Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all of their bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from their own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's a shame if they lose.
You got a problem.
Oh, a shame indeed.
I couldn't agree more.
Here are the lowlights from yesterday's game.
What the heck happened? Are you kidding me?
Can't even believe it.
It's the Padres
Crap up.
presented by Hamul Casino. Things are about to get real with the all-new Hamul Casino Resort with gorgeous rooms and exciting new eats and drinks. It gets real this summer at Hamul Casino Resort, the player's place.
We'll give it 16 minutes of salt, and then we'll, get back on the bump and figure it out.
0-2, hit in the air to left field pretty deep. Laureano is back. He's at the wall, and it's going to go. Second straight game for Jeremiah Jackson. Went out to center field in the 5th inning yesterday, and now one-out shot in the top of the 1st inning here tonight. 1-0 Baltimore, and Jackson now has hit in 13 consecutive games. 1-0 Baltimore. The 2-2 pitch swung on and lined over the head of McCoy into left field, a base hit. Mountcastle has scored. Kowser's on his way. Laureano's throw is cut. Manny throws back to first. They'll have Rivera there as Arise chases him towards second, and Cronenworth tags him out to end the inning. But it is a 2-run single for Emmanuel Rivera, and the Orioles now lead 3-0. Is ready. Here's the pitch. And Luis rips it in the air, deep to right field. Jackson is back. He's at the wall. This one gonna go! 2-run homer, Luis Arise. Big knock out of the 2-hole for Arise. And a 2-run homer to make it a 1-run game here in the 3rd. 0-1 the pitch. And Rivera lines it up the middle. That's into center at a base hit. Henderson has scored. They're waving Mountcastle. Throw from Merrill cut by Arise. Another 2-run single for Rivera. And the Orioles extend their lead. It's 5-2. And O'Hearn breaks his bat, clears it into shallow right. Beavers charging in, gonna lunge forward and make the catch to end the game. Great play out in right field. And that is it for game 2 of this series. Orioles over the Padres 6-2.
We talk about like recipes when we win games, and it's been on display for going on almost 2 full years. How you win baseball games. We've been able to win baseball games. We got a lot of different ingredients for that, and how we put it together and been able to do it. We're just missing a few ingredients right now, and I'll take ultimate responsibility for it. It starts with me. I got to figure out a way to be better.
I like that. Doesn't happen all the time.
No, you don't hear him say that a ton, but
I mean,
I think ultimately he thinks that.
There's something I didn't know he said that, so I was just taken aback.
So okay, let's take a step back. That right there, does that Schultz saying something that we don't typically hear him say after a loss? Does that contradict the theory that I don't want to say they're not gunning right now, they're not trying to win, but that their foot isn't all the way down on the gas?
No, I do think for him, he's so quick to protect his players always and to trust his players. Some of the combos I had yesterday were essentially about, I said, I feel like when I watch this team, I know what's going to happen. And, their identity is what their identity is. This is who they are. And when he talks about, I didn't get the sense he was making excuses because they're missing Xander Bogaerts or whatever. I didn't get that sense, but it is nice to hear the skipper say it's on me. It falls on me because ultimately it does. And we texted last night a little bit, Benny, and you said, this one I don't feel is on Schilt. He needs Cronenworth to make that play. He needs David Morgan to hold that deficit or whatever. Like you can't give up hits. I
don't think he yanked you Darvish too early.
I don't think so either.
And of trying to get him through 5, you walk the first bat. You can't walk guys. Schultz said that after the game last night.
We're
walking too many guys right now.
Just freebies.
Man. He also went on to say, but we're not worried. We're not panicked. We still remain very confident that this is a good ball club and we're going to figure things out and turn things around. I guess ultimately it comes down. There's really 3 options. This is either a good team that's played pretty bad for the last 2 weeks, or it's a bad team that played really, really good for the first 4.5 months. And for me, I just feel like if you just like my logical brain, it's way more likely that this is a good team that's playing bad for the last 2 weeks, not a bad team that just found a way for 4.5 months to defy the odds and play. Now they're finally getting back to what they really are. Is that doesn't make a lot of sense. I would
counter with the offense has never been a good offense,
but they still won games.
They won with really good pitching. That is what's
and they're not getting pitching right now.
Yeah, when you don't get better pitching.
No one denies that.
The offense is
Matt Schultz says it almost every night. We need more from our starting pitching.
The offense has not been a world beater this year.
And as I said yesterday, if they don't get Michael King back, they don't get some better starting pitching, they're not going to do anything in the playoffs. Yeah. They need better starting pitching. They have pitchers who pitch good. I mean, Darvish, that was a weird start last night. Had 5 strikeouts in the first 2 innings. Yeah. It's not like they are just teeing off on him every at bat. The 0-2 pitch to Jeremiah Jackson was horrible. He got ahead of him.
No pitcher is getting teed off on.
I know none of them are. Yeah. They're just giving up at the wrong pitch at the wrong time right now. It seems seemingly every game. You get 2 outs. You get 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning. Emmanuel Rivera with the hit. Same thing with David Morgan. 1 pitch away from getting out of an inning. Yep. And gives up the 2-run single. No one is escaping that damage. The Padres did that so well.
I just got a notification on my phone from The Athletic. Frustrations in San Diego. The Padres have enough concerns, but they're starting, and it just goes on.
The Padres did that so well for the first 4.5 months of the season. When they needed a big pitch, a big strikeout, they got it. They were really good at that. And it's seemingly in the last couple of weeks, every time they've needed something, they haven't been able to get it. And, that's what I've seen has been kind of just the biggest difference the last couple of weeks. Offensively, last night's game wasn't particularly good other than I think Luis Arraez's at-bats looked pretty good. I know he struck out with the bases loaded, but he's taking more pitches out of the zone. Obviously, he turned on that one for the home run. I do like what I've seen from Luis Arraez lately. Otherwise, everyone else seemed like they were kind of still scuffling at the plate as they've been for the last couple of weeks. Nothing much has changed. And, the formula for winning games to the Padres has been very clear. Get a small lead, turn it over to your dominant bullpen.
Correct.
If you don't have a lead to turn over, there's really no formula for victory.
Right.
You don't have an offense that you can count on to come back. You haven't had the magic of Jackson Merrill and the big game-tying home runs. You haven't really had home runs at all. So if you get away from your formula and you're falling behind early, yeah, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be a rough patch.
Well,
and the
and
Padres
listen,
are going through it.
Fritz in the chat says they've been 500 since the beginning of May. Not a good team, but their record is their record, right? So at the end of the day, your record is your record. That's what it is. How you got there.
All right. So, but that's also true of the Dodgers.
Correct. It's true of a lot of teams.
You can do that. You can say that and say Padres are just kind of a mediocre team that had a hot start. But then you also have to bury the Dodgers.
Yes.
And I don't see anyone doing that.
No, I don't either.
And because they won the World Series last year, I think that has zero relevance to this season.
Yeah. I mean, look, there's no doubt. And the thing with me is I got a text from a former player last night that's like, Ryan O'Hearn's on the bench. And I'm like, I don't know where you put him tonight other than Arise, who hit a 2-run homer and has got 3 hits the night before and is hitting 5 straight. And I'm like, I don't know what you do. He's not going to play third to spell Manny. You don't want Laureano out. You don't want Merrill out. You don't want Sheets out. And you don't want Toddy out. Where is he going to? Was he one of them to catch? I don't know how you get him in. I really don't. But he is an all-star. And he's sitting on the bench to pinch hit late for a guy that hit 2 doubles. So I at this point, they're throwing stuff at the wall, and it's just not sticking right now. But again, your record is your record. No, it doesn't matter how you got there. You're still there. You're 13 games over 500. You can prognosticate and predict what's going to happen in the playoffs, certainly. And you go in there feeling, hey, our pitching's a little if it started today, we'd be panicked. I don't know what it's going to look like 3 weeks from now. I really don't. Michael King's back, and he's dealing. Jackson Merrill finds his stroke. Manny gets out of the slump, which he always does. Like, maybe it's a different team, certainly, but I can't prognosticate what the playoffs are going to look like based on what I've seen now. I just can't. I think my gut tells me our offense is going to struggle in the playoffs just because that's what my gut tells me. I don't know that that's the case. I really don't. So I'm not saying not to panic. The button that you pushed yesterday, the mildly concerned, I think you could push a little bit of a slightly panicked button.
All right, I'm gonna break out my comment that I hope makes everybody feel better.
Oh, good.
I said I was going to do that. So I'll do that when we come back. Take a look at where the Padres stand in the playoff chases after last night's results as well. Has nothing to do with this year's team, actually. That's the funny thing. We'll get to that coming up next with Bennett Woods here on 97.3 The Fan, plus the Incorporator.
Sweet, sweet nothings into my ear. I am ready.
Well, I think ultimately there's a misconception that, good teams don't go through stretches like this.
Sure.
And that is the couldn't be further from the truth. But Padres are going through a bad stretch. Good teams go through stretches late in the season like this all the time. The Texas Rangers did it a couple of years ago. I went back just to see the 1984 Padres, who were, maybe the best team in franchise history, lost 10-14 at the beginning of September. And they didn't have a wild card to they did not have a wild card to save them and fall back on. People were panicking in San Diego in 1984, the legendary 1984 team. This is very common where teams have a rough stretch, especially good teams have a rough stretch sometime between the end of August and the, kind of the middle or start of September. Who was it in the chat? We're going to be very mad if I brought up the 1998 team. I was going to throw his shoe. I will bring up the 1998 team. They lost 17 of 24 to end the season and still ended up going to the World Series. This is hardly unusual. Now, he thinks this feels more like the 2021 team. In 2021, the Padres were 67-49, 18 games above 500. That's also what this team got to, 18 games above 500.
Yep.
After that, they went 12-34 and finished 4 games under 500. And obviously, once in a century collapse.
The first of the two.
That is 22 games under 500 over the last month and a half of the season. This team is 5 games under 500 since they got to 18 games above their high water mark for the season. Yeah, it hasn't been good, but I think you're way out of line in, drawing comparisons right now to the 2021 Padres, who were getting bodied. I was looking at the scores. 7-0, 12-3, 7-0, 7-4, 10-2, 4-0. I mean, they were getting bodied. 8-3.
That team looks like they quit.
I have not. And
they
had zero starting pitching left at all. There are starting pitching concerns here. There was no pitching left on that team in the second half of the season.
Arrieta,
yeah, that was Vince Velasquez, Jake Arrieta were getting starts. They were getting just absolutely hammered.
It was excruciating. I don't want to live. I don't want to do it again. I don't want to live through that again. I don't, and I don't know that we're in danger of it yet, but it does when you look at the team and you look at guys that just aren't playing anywhere near up to their capabilities. It's a tough watch. You really you look at who's carrying the San Diego Padres right now. It's been a litany of guys throughout the season. Toddy and Jackson early, Manny for a good long stretch, carried the team offensively at least, and
then the trade deadline guys, in early August carried the team.
Yep.
Obviously, everyone's had their turns. Jackson was really good early in the season,
massively good.
Are none of them are going to get hot again? You think that's it? They've all spent it all and it's done. I don't think that way. That would be unusual that every single guy gets cold and stays cold the rest of the year.
Yeah.
That would be weird. Honestly, I doubt it's going to happen. Padres did fortunately get some help last night as the Cincinnati Reds were beaten by the Toronto Blue Jays 12-9. So the Padres remain 6 games up on the closest teams. And it's now teams that could chase them down in the playoff race because the San Francisco Giants are also now 6 games back of the Padres and 5 games back of the Mets in the playoff chase. So they're tied with the Cincinnati Reds at this point. So there's now 2 teams behind the San Diego Padres who, are the potential threats, at least in the playoff rearview mirror with 23 games left. So those teams would have to outplay the Padres by 7 games over the final 23. That's a huge ask. Now, if the Padres go, 3-20, they're probably going to miss the playoffs. If they start winning a few games and play at 500 or around there, it's going to be almost impossible for those teams to catch them.
Yep.
Now,
it's possible, though.
It is possible. It's possible. Now, the irony is the Giants, I believe, have 7 games left against the Dodgers.
Correct.
So for them to catch the Padres, it would require the Dodgers to also have a massive collapse at the same time, which would be an opportunity for the Padres still to potentially win the division in the NL West if that happens.
They're not playing well at all, and seeing that score pop up on the screen last night, I know they saw it. I know I saw it. I know Schulte saw it. It was there for all to see. Dodgers lose to the Pirates. And, that's an opportunity. The opportunity when they lose 2 or 3 to the Diamondbacks and you lose 2 or 3 to the Twins. Both teams leading the West right now are playing like absolute crap. And if one team decided they wanted to, and by the way, you see the Dodgers post game, they're talking about the same stuff. We got to flip the switch. We got to play better. I mean, it's the same thing. It's just they're the Spider-Man guys, but they just happen to have a 2.5 game lead, but they are pointing at each other right now. It's literally anybody's division. No one has decided to slam their foot on the gas and go yet.
I definitely give the Dodgers the edge because 2.5 games is
sizable.
Is a sizable lead.
Sure.
But remember, that means 6 games is a really, really sizable lead at this point. Because I think 2.5 games is pretty significant. You're going to have to really play well to make up 3 games on the Dodgers in the last month of the season. That's tough to do.
And I'll tell you, and people were talking about it in the chat, and I really tend to agree. This has really been a magicless season. Magicless, right? Like you don't get the sense, the team of destiny. Now, that can get you in trouble. Because last year we were the team of destiny. We talked about it. Paulie and I talked about it. It was the team.
Today, September 3rd to last year, September 3rd, you started getting those walk-off home runs.
It was incredible.
And just those magic moments.
You're like, no one's going to beat us.
It really kind of culminated with the triple play to clinch a playoff spot. You're like,
magic,
man, something. I mean, I remember we made a clip of like Ben talking about, he's like, I'm not even like that much of a spiritual guy, but it feels like there's some sort of heavenly Peter Seidler touch on this team. You felt it.
Yeah, we had the Roach. We had the Rally Roach. It was firing.
I haven't felt anything like that, really good or bad. Like I haven't felt like they're collapsing entirely.
You're just watching
once
the same
in a
movie.
generation. Yeah, nothing like
you're
that.
just watching the same
which
movie.
in a way, and I think your point that you were kind of making is, if you rely on magic moments all the time, they're eventually going to burn out. You're eventually going to be disappointed. No team can just sustain magic for months and months. It's going to run out, or it's just not going to happen for a day or two. And in the playoffs, you're done. You're better off having the team that doesn't need walk-off home runs and Jackson Merrill to hit 5 game-tying or go-ahead home runs in the 8th or 9th inning to win games. Those are games you're probably going to lose most of the time. And the Padres won them last year. This year's team is right in the, pretty much the same spot as last year's team without having all those moments. Now, if they get a few of them down the stretch and in the playoffs, that can make a huge difference. It's the timing of those moments and when they happen. So we'll see what goes forward.
23 left?
23 games left.
I got one more, about a minute from Mike Schilt yesterday. Let's hear it. I thought this was good.
Teams go through this. It's more magnified, obviously, August, September, but teams do go through this. But do you have any other reason maybe why it's happening besides, obviously, you're down 2-0, 3-0, 4-0 early?
I think that's the biggest start of it. It starts with, we need to be able to play with the lead, get to one of the strengths of the club, the bullpen, and keep those pieces in the right order. It's really uncharacteristic of this club. We'll have a game or two, and I can come in and say it's uncharacteristic, which it is when it happens as an outlier. But when it's happened more consistently, you got to address it. And the fact of the matter is, I've got complete confidence that we're going to be more than fine. This is a group that is experienced, knows what they're doing, cares deeply about what they're doing. And expect to show up tomorrow and play a nice, clean, fundamental, solid baseball game. And, it'll start right on that mound.
And it is interesting. And I saw somebody tweet it last night. And again, I do tend to agree when things are scuffling, when the team is scuffling along right now, my move would be, and I think 99% of the fan base, maybe even yours, Ben, Paulie, would be, I got to switch it up. We got to switch it up. We got to mix it up. We got to get Manny here. We got to get Toddy here. We got to get Arise here. I'm all in favor of it. I really am, because rolling the same thing out, every day, expecting different results. It's truly the definition of insanity, I think, in life. But what's the harm? What's the harm? You don't lose twice if you run out a different line. You know what I mean?
I think there's no harm is kind of what Mike Schilt was saying. Right now, he thinks his team feels like they're going to come out and play well tomorrow.
If he
all of a sudden starts making changes, they go, I guess our skipper doesn't think we're the team that we thought we
Well,
were,
but
or he wouldn't be making these changes. And you can actually undermine the confidence of your team by doing that.
I do think that big leaguers are babied a little bit sometimes. I do, and I think the San Diego Padres are no different. There's managers that stick to their guns, and then there's managers that say, we got to change it up. And hey, listen, what I would tell them if I were the skipper would be like, guys, if you were just handling your business, there wouldn't be any changes. So we're going to mix it up. We're going to see what happens. Go out to have some fun, play your brand of baseball, and do your job, whether it's in the 7-hole, the 8-hole, the 1-hole, the 2-hole. Just do your job. That's all you have to do. You run into it in Little League. Why am I hitting 10th? That's where I need you to hit. You have a job to do in the 10, the 8, the 7. Do your job, and everybody's going to be okay. Doesn't mean anything. It just means this is where I need you to perform. Because at the end of the day, what's our goal, guys? We want to win.
There's no real obvious changes to make. I mean, if you had all your guys at the bottom of the order were hitting well and the guys at the top, you'd say, well, move those guys up. But
which we had that for a while.
Right. But now you don't really.
No.
It's
now one's really
everyone's kind of
floundering,
struggling up and down the lineup.
But again,
so you don't really have an obvious move to make.
Yeah, I mean, there's some moves that you can control that I don't think are going to fracture the clubhouse because so and so got moved to 4.
No, I agree with you. I just don't know that,
and I don't think that they're big sweeping changes.
I don't know that there's any logic behind it. It would just be a move to make a move.
Yeah, is
that what you want? A move to make a move?
Well, I want a move potentially to shake things up, and not to light a fire. But hey, let's see what this.
But don't you want Mike Schilt to be able to say, well, we did this because we think that
it'll
by
get
putting
so
him
and
in
so
this
going.
hole,
Yeah,
by putting someone here,
it happens all the time.
He'll get better protection, and we get more balanced lineup. I don't know that they have that though. I don't know that they have a more logical necessarily.
Arise leadoff or 9, right? Toddy 2, and you just go down it, and then against the righty, O'Hearn in the 3, Manny in the 4, Manny even in the 5, whatever. Get somebody to protect some of these guys a little bit better.
But I don't want to be moving guys like Iglesias and McCoy up in the lineup.
Oh, God, no. No, absolutely not.
Because if you're moving guys down in the lineup, you're going to have to move other guys that you don't want up in the lineup.
No, you could jigger with the top and leave the bottom as the black hole that it currently is.
You're not saying drastically extreme. I'm not saying Freddie Fermin's batting second or anything. You're leaving the bottom of the lineup at the bottom and the top of the lineup at the top.
I mean, I saw the guy.
So you're talking about just tiny
little fragments.
Okay, that's
incremental changes.
I'm just saying there were no major changes you're going to make to the Padres lineup.
Correct.
The top of the lineup is going to be the top of the lineup. The bottom lineup is going to be the bottom of the lineup. If you want to move it around a little bit, yeah, I'm fine with that.
And I honestly think, and it's crazy, and I am 100% going to ask Mike Schilt this on Friday. How long does it take a guy like Jackson Merrill, if you needed him, to get back and play shortstop again? If his ankle is if he's healthy enough to play center field and run a mile a game after baseballs, how long would it take to get him ramped up? Because again, that gets your best lineup on the field. Mason McCoy is not your best. He's a great glove. Slick as anybody.
He showed the
with
willingness to play Jake there later in the game.
Jake played there later
at shortstop. What did they say since 2022?
Yeah. And they moved everybody around.
He showed some flexibility, at least try. I don't think he wants to do it all the time, but he showed some flexibility.
Yep.
You can get another bat in the lineup if you do that.
You can get your best bats in the lineup if you do that. Really.
O'Hearn and
Sheets
and Sheets,
Merrill,
they can all be in there if you do that.
I mean, it's really.
Is it a better lineup to have Arise playing second, get O'Hearn in, and you're kind of just platooning?
But Mike Schilt also did say he's not going to keep left. Mike Schilt said after the game, and I'm not going to sacrifice defense on a regular basis.
Right.
He values defense more than you do.
Well, Jackson Merrill.
When I say you, it's probably everybody listening to my voice right now.
Jackson Merrill was a good defensive shortstop. He was just blocked by Xander Bogaerts. Can you get him ready to? And he said he would do it because, of course, he would. Of course he would.
He'd catch today if they needed him.
Right, but that's
Mike
his
Schilt
spot.
says he's an elite center fielder. That's what his words.
He is.
He said Jackson Merrill's an elite center fielder, better than Ramon Laureano.
So you don't want to move the elite center fielder.
You don't want to move your elite players off their elite positions.
Okay. Right.
He thinks Jake Cronenworth's a pretty elite second baseman. He thinks Luis Arise is a pretty elite first baseman. You can disagree if you want, but he doesn't think that Arise at second is great. He doesn't think Jake at short is great. He doesn't think Merrill at short's probably great right now. So he he doesn't want to keep moving players into positions where they're worse. It's a domino effect for Mike Schultz.
It really is.
Okay, we're going to make every position worse by shifting everybody around. He's not going to do that because he values defense more than anybody who is listening to my voice right now.
Yeah,
he really does. All right, we got a couple minutes here. Let's pay off the incorporator since I promised that. When Jesse joined us yesterday at 8:30, we had another word saved from Major Garrett's visit last week. This one's straight from the doctor's office. As we know, the pressure ramps up in September and things get a little more difficult. And that is true of the incorporator as well. And we're drawing from some more words that Major left us last week for today's incorporator word for you. Here we go, Jesse. You ready?
Yeah. Sphygmomanometer.
What?
Ooh.
Sphygmomanometer.
Sphygmomanometer.
It's the blood pressure cuff that doctors use. It's to measure your blood
Never
pressure.
knew that.
All right.
Pressure cuff.
So I could tell Jesse was a little intimidated by that word. It's long, very
has no business.
Lots of syllables. Very tricky.
Sphygmomanometer.
Sphygmomanometer.
This happened in the bottom of the 6th inning. Jesse Agler texted me. Manny Machado at bat in the 6th inning.
3-2 again. This is pitch 7. And Manny again fouls it back out of play. So again, the Padres have some time here tonight, but certainly it is getting a little bit late. Tightening up. Sphygmomanometer.
Oh,
starting to squeeze just a little bit.
A lack of confidence by Jesse Agler.
He texted me yesterday. Said bottom 6, Manny AB. Little clunky, but got it done.
Yeah, clunky. That's fine.
You got all the letters in. Sphygmomanometer, not sphygmomanometer.
Sphygmomanometer.
Sphygmo.
I think all the letters were there.
Yeah, that'll work.
Just
Sphygmomanometer.
Little pregnant pause in the middle. Not bad though.
Would you sacrifice a little defense for offense right now? Because I would.
I know, but it hasn't defense kind of cost them games the last couple of days? Not because they sacrificed.
Hasn't offense cost us a lot of, or lack thereof of offense? I have an all-star and I don't want him sitting on the bench. That's really what it boils down to, And Mike's argument is, well, I got a 3-time batting champ that's starting to hit the ball a little better. Actually, hit one out of the ballpark. He's starting to hit the ball better. Couple ABs notwithstanding, I need him in the lineup too. Okay, but you got to figure out a way to get both of these cats in there. It's somehow, some way. It's nice to have a bench. It is. It's nice to have a bench, but it's also nice to score runs. And when you have an all-star sitting on your bench,
you not need the big pinch hit.
Inning, that would be lovely to not need the big pinch hit, to not need a bench. Dramatically every single night.
Every night, yeah, every night.
Yeah.
All right, we got Don't Do This coming up next. We've got a team that is comfortably in first place in their division. Has the exact same record as the San Diego Padres, but clubhouse might be a little less buttoned up than the San Diego Padres. If you saw it last night, you may know what I'm talking about. We'll get to that coming up next with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, I get to talk about Prize Picks. It's daily fantasy. Right now, with the start of the football season, 1 day away, you can set your lineups and win big, real money just with your sports knowledge. Hey, everyone loves being right. Why not turn your being right about sports into actual money? All you have to do is set lineups between 2 and 6 players, and you're picking against the numbers, just stat projections to win real money with Prize Picks. Download the app by going to prizepicks.com and using the code KWFN. When you do, you're going to get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. That's $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. And make sure you look for the max discounts. That's what they're calling them. Basically, instead of, say, Dak Prescott, 215 yards passing, more or less, it's now 1/2 of 1 yard passing for tomorrow night's game, Dak Prescott. So that's a max discount. Put that in a lineup. Find 1 more, find 5 more, and have a chance to win big. With Prize Picks, run your game. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for details.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
Don't do this. Brought to you by Trust and Will.
Don't.
Leave your entire estate, house, kids, and life savings up to chance if and when you die.
Do.
Set up a Trust or Will online at trustandwill.com.
This
is a lot more affordable than you think. Visit trustandwill.com for more info. Well, I will start with a basketball story that broke, I think, early this morning, actually. First episode of Pablo Torre's new athletic podcast. Pablo Torre finds out.
He's really had himself quite a...
You want to stay off his
summer.
radar.
He's on a run.
Stay off his radar. Good sports investigative journalist. And he has another bombshell this morning, and it involves San Diego State's Kawhi Leonard of the Los Angeles Clippers. According to Pablo Torre, the LA Clippers and Kawhi Leonard have seemingly circumvented the NBA salary cap with what he's calling a $28 million no-show endorsement deal. According to Torre, he has documents that indicates that Leonard's LLC, which is a limited liability corporation, so, basically the business arm of Kawhi Leonard, has been getting money from this tree planting company that Steve Ballmer funded with $50 million. And there's no evidence that Kawhi Leonard has done any planting of trees whatsoever over his time with the Los Angeles Clippers. It simply would be a way to pay him the max, as they already do, under his contract, and then find a way to give him some more money that doesn't count against the NBA's salary cap. This company's called Aspiration.
Aspiration.
Pablo Torre anonymously interviewed an employer who said it's well known within the company that Leonard's endorsement deal was a no-show job. How do I get a no-show job?
It's incredible.
Work for the sanitation department.
Anthony Rendon has a no-show job.
Eric Hosmer's got one.
It's true. Yeah, a lot of guys.
I mean, anytime you get paid to not have to go anywhere or do anything.
Like Kawhi didn't have enough money.
The Clippers are denying it. They said it's an organic marketing sponsorship deal.
So they're acknowledging the sponsorship. They're saying it's legitimate.
I don't think they can deny it. The documents are out there. The sponsorship.
It says, yeah.
I guess it's hard to prove or disprove. Like, what has he done?
He planted many trees.
We don't know. Just because they didn't get it on camera.
Get a picture of him thumbs up planting a tree.
Green thumbs
Is that worth
up?
$28 million? Again, the circumventing of salary caps is pretty nuts. I mean, when it probably opens up a huge can of worms for other teams that have most definitely done things like this. This is like
in pre-NIL day. This was college football at Alabama and Auburn,
Oklahoma.
in a nutshell.
The Brian Bosworth thing is incredible.
Car dealerships hiring football players for jobs that were well paid that didn't require any work.
He sat in his Corvette. Brian Bosworth sat in this white Corvette that was given to him underneath an oil rig to watch it go up and down for 4 hours and made like thousands and thousands. That was his job. Hey, just make sure nothing happens to it. And he's like, all right, take a nap, do whatever you want. I want that gig.
Like, there's still so much. It's so changing right now with NIL.
Yeah.
It's constantly flowing and just changing and evolving. And yet I feel so much more comfortable with it for whatever reason, because when you look back like 10, 15, 40 years ago, and you're like, man, we really saw everything and just didn't care.
Just didn't. Like,
I mean, I had classes with athletes at San Diego State. They got jewelry and covered tattoos. I saw a couple of cars driving out of the parking lot, and you're just like, so you got no gifts.
Zero.
Like, nothing was given to you.
Nothing.
You're working like at In-N-Out during the summer.
And actually, you're not allowed to work. In the summer, but you're not allowed to work in season. I lived next to Notre Dame linebackers, and I was like,
and just to be clear, it didn't bother me.
Okay.
Like, I didn't have a problem with it back then either. I'm like, you should get whatever you can. Get your bag.
Yeah, get your bag.
Get whatever you can, especially when these schools are profiting off of your performance.
The circumventing, though, is crazy. Like, how does this work? Does Kawhi go to him and say, hey, I know you paid me $1 gazillion. It's not enough. We got to find a way for me to make $30 more million. I
mean, there's nothing illegal about endorsement deals.
No, nothing.
It's the only thing that would violate NBA rules if it's the owner is the one funding it here, which is what it appears to have happened.
Yeah,
Kawhi's made over $325 million in basketball earnings contract.
That is nuts. Here's an extra 30. Crazy. Well, we'll monitor that. So he's not in any trouble, right? Like, he didn't do anything wrong per se. The hammer would come down on Ballmer, right?
I would assume
so.
so.
Probably a heavy fine, maybe Clippers draft picks or something. Yeah. That would be the punishment.
Well, the fine he can handle. Yeah, you just start another company and then you pay your fines through that. It's very smart. Very smart businessman. This is one of the craziest things I've seen in Major League Baseball in a long, long time. Framber Valdez, who is a really good pitcher for the Houston Astros, was throwing against the New York Yankees yesterday. Our old pal Trent Grisham comes up with the bases loaded. Framber Valdez is on the mound. He gets his sign. For whatever reason, rookie catcher Cesar Salazar waved him off, like, step off, step off, step off. There was something amiss about what happened.
He was just hitting the pitch comm, and then whether they were not on the same page.
Not on the same page?
And he pushes his hand. He's like, get off,
get off, step off, step off. So
Which probably throws the pitcher off a little bit because he'd already started his motion.
He doesn't step off. He throws the pitch. Trent Grisham hits it for a grand slam, his 29th homer of the year. That's a whole nother can of worms we could open at some point. Hits it out 6-0. Wow. Everyone's mad. What a bummer. Anthony Volpe steps into the box. Valdez gets the sign and throws a 90-plus mile-an-hour fastball right to the chest of his catcher when his catcher had called for an off-speed pitch and didn't know it was
coming. Was a pitch in between. I think he threw a high fastball.
It was the second pitch.
Second pitch.
Yeah.
So he crosses up his own catcher because he's allegedly pissed. It looked, now to look at it, you then see the catcher wear it and then kind of look out like, what'd you just do? And
like immediately.
Valdez, instead of throwing up the hand, my bad, turns and walks away and then turns around again, gets the ball back, snaps his glove. He's pissed.
Like he made some sort of statement.
Like
there.
he
The
made
catcher
a
looks
statement.
like he just saw a ghost.
The catcher's
like, what just happened?
What just happened? So they asked, after the game, I read, they pulled both players in the office. Valdez said it was not intentional. He did apologize, but he said it was not intentional. I got crossed up by mistake. I hit him by mistake. Here's what Salazar said.
you guys get crossed up earlier in the game at all? Or was that the times that we're talking about? Those are the first instances you guys got crossed up?
No, they didn't get crossed up. Like I said, there was a good amount of Yankees fans, so it was pretty loud for the grand slam. Maybe my pitch gun wasn't in the right spot, so I pressed the wrong button, So
defending his guy still.
Yep, smart. I mean,
it's a good teammate,
veteran
right there.
and a rookie. Essentially, you don't really have a choice, right?
Push the wrong button. It's on me. And
Wow.
I wore it to the chest.
That's right.
Then again, Framber Valdez is a star.
Yeah,
Salazar is not. So he kind of knows how he has to act in that situation. Still, like I said, they're cruising in first place right now. Same record as the San Diego Padres.
But
I'd be more panicked about the Astros right now.
All these big leaguers weighed in on it, and they're like Dallas Braden, Eric Hosmer. I mean, everybody was
Everyone
weighing
seemed
in
to think it was intentional.
and they're like, "That's Bush, man. That's your teammate. Like, you don't do that's the kind of stuff that can wreck a clubhouse." But we'll see.
Dallas Braden, a pitcher, former player. He knows the mentality.
Correct.
He probably. I would take what he says.
I would too.
I wouldn't take it with a grain of salt.
Right.
All right, finally, some do this.
DD mega do.
And it involves our own Manny Machado. I could use a feel-good Manny story right
Me
now.
too.
So yesterday, Monday, was a special day for Cincinnati Reds slugging prospect Sal Stewart, who got his call up to the big leagues. Now, I did not know this, but Sal Stewart is a 21-year-old Miami native. And at some point, Manny Machado became his mentor. He has been training with Sal in the offseason when he goes back to Miami. And the Cincinnati Reds arranged a little special video from Manny to Sal for his call-up and played it on the minor league video board when he got the news.
It was a true blessing to see how much he's evolved, how much he's grown, and become the person he is today. And I could truly call him a true friend. Nothing greater than this world was to get this phone call today, have me be a part of this, so I'm truly blessed. But I'll see you next week in San Diego, kid. Welcome to the show. Well earned. Very proud of you, kid.
Love it.
He looks like a Sal. He's got a mustache.
He does look like a Sal.
He looks like a Sal.
He looks like he's done a no-show job or two as a Sal before. A lot of Sals.
And of course, with the Reds coming to town next week, Padres will be facing Sal Stewart. We can just
I'm nervous already.
We can let our imaginations run wild as the kind of series that Sal Stewart is going to have with Manny's inspiration and mentorship leading the way.
How did Junior Caminero do last year? Remember there was the big story, Manny. That was his guy. Didn't he touch us up for at least a home run?
And he's going off this year. Yeah, really good.
Manny is like the greatest mentor in baseball.
Well, stop giving them your powers. Bring your powers back today.
It's another sign, though, that Manny is truly a good guy.
He is.
As much as you may want to disagree, we can promise you, Manny's a really, really good guy.
No question.
And that is don't and do this for a Wednesday.
Fill the karma cup.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
All right. There was another moment from baseball yesterday that made me laugh, and I will get to that and more when we come back with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Well, before I went to the game yesterday, as I mentioned, went down to QC Kinetics, and it's such a great experience every single time. I had jammed my wrist, and they wanted to take a look at it and went in. I got one treatment on my wrist, and they said, anything else hurt? And I said, my elbow's a little sore. I throw a lot with the kids. I'm getting old, thrown a lot over the years. Haven't really had any elbow problems. They said, let us do PRP shot in your elbow. I said, sure. I mean, we're talking, 15 hours later, and it feels better. My wrist feels great. These treatments work, and these people are awesome. At the Torrey Hills location, that's the one I've been to. I've never been to the Hillcrest location, but I'm sure if they're anything like Torrey Hills, they're great. So if you woke up and you're not feeling great as far as the pain in your knees, your back, your neck, any of your joints, go in there. Meet their new doctor. He's incredible. Former orthopedic surgeon, by the way. This dude has seen it all. At QC Kinetics. They totally flipped the script for me. Regenerative medicine, advanced cellular treatments that help my body heal and restore the damage that I had done to myself in my joints. They don't cover it up. They don't cut it out. it actually helps heal and restore. So this is long-term lasting relief. Get in there today. All you have to do is pick up the phone. They'll give you a free consultation when you do. 619-614-PAIN, 619-614-PAIN. All of their staff, Charlie, everybody there, the doctor, they were so kind, so friendly. And, I saw people coming in of varying ages, right? There were young guys in there. There were older people in there. Joint pain does not discriminate. So give them a call today. Get in there. Get your life back. 619-614-PAIN. It's QC Kinetics.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Jamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Jamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
don't do this story involving the Houston Astros. It was the grand slam by Trent Grisham that sparked the potential cross-up from Framber Valdez and his catcher, but a lot of discourse now about Trent Grisham, who, by the way, how many home runs now? 29 home runs for the New York Yankees, having a career season. And I saw some people commenting last night on social media that, well, this is probably a sign of concern for the San Diego Padres, that they couldn't unlock this for Trent Grisham the way the New York Yankees have unlocked a career season for Trent Grisham.
They had him last year, and they didn't play him in the playoffs.
He had the worst season of his career last year. He had 190 with a .4 WAR, 9 home runs, 1 stolen base. He was awful last year. His first year with the Yankees was by far much worse than any of his seasons with the Padres. He was a consistent, basically 2 to 3 WAR player every year with the Padres.
Yeah.
And then he went to the Yankees, and he tanked. He was awful. And now this season, he has played really, really well. I don't know if that's something the Yankees have done differently. They knew what they were doing. Why didn't they unlock it the previous year? Or it's just, Trent Grisham is having a really good season this year. I'm happy for him. He's got 3.4 WAR already with, 4 weeks left. So he's going to have the best year of his career. Certainly helps playing in the AL East. You got good home run parks, including your home park, which is one of the best home run parks in baseball. Yesterday's game was at Daikin Park, which is also a great home run park. So he's taking advantage of that. He always had some slug in him. We remember that he hit 17 home runs in 2022 for the Padres, 15 in 2021. So he had some pop with the Padres, not quite this much. I don't know that the Yankees have necessarily unlocked anything. I mean, he's hitting 248. He hit 242 in 2021 with the Padres. So a little bit better, certainly, but I wouldn't necessarily say it's night and day difference for Trent Grisham between San Diego and New York, but he's having a really good season this year, which is good for Trent Grisham.
Yeah. I'd rather have Jackson Merrill. Even if Jackson's struggling, I'm good. I'm happy for Trent. That's a monster year. That's a monster season. So congrats to him. That's great.
And he had some playoff success, obviously, in 2022 with the Padres when he hit 3 postseason home runs as the team advanced to the National League Championship Series.
Yeah.
Our baseball talk on the Fan presented by Paramount Plus. You can't count on much these days, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday on CBS and Paramount Plus all season long. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. There was, as I teased, there was something that got me to chuckle last night from one of the social media departments in Major League Baseball. So the New York Mets hit a bunch of home runs, including 2 more from Pete Alonso against the Detroit Tigers yesterday, the second of which came off of Chris Paddock.
Old friend
Chris Paddock. And this was a callback. This was a deep callback by the Mets social media department, who tweeted with the highlight of Pete Alonso hitting the home run off Chris Paddock. That's April 2019 National League Rookie of the Month, Pete Alonso, to you.
Oh, my God.
Does anyone remember 6 years ago?
They were battling.
The arguments between who should be the Rookie of the Month for April in 2019.
I'm embarrassed to say that I took part in it. Very vociferously.
Remember this?
Yeah, of course.
Wow.
Of course I remember it. And Alonso won it, right?
He did.
He did.
And we were pretty mad that because Chris Paddock had a phenomenal month.
start. Yeah.
Paddock was pissed. His
Paddock
brother
was pissed. His brother was
Yeah.
pissed. The whole family was pissed. We were pissed. Then they squared off against each other, and he K'd him up, I think, the first time. And I was like, oh, my God, this is – you looked at
Pete Alonso versus Chris Paddock got to be one of the weirdest rivalries in sports history.
That was 6 years ago.
6 years ago.
Crap.
Credit
we
to
were
whoever
all
on the
in.
Mets staff remembered that and
brilliant.
saved that in the drafts for 6 years to send that tweet out yesterday when Pete Alonso went deep off Chris Paddock.
Incredible. How about the Rafi Devers situation last night? Did you guys see what went down
You
there?
were showing me the video. I read the story about the ejections, the benches clearing brawl after he hit the home run off of Kyle Freeland of the Rockies. And what I read was, he took 13 seconds to get to first base, and Kyle Freeland was ticked off. But when you showed me the video, I kind of agreed with your take.
Yeah, and I watched it at the game. I saw it pop up. Bench is clear, punches thrown, which is rare. It's usually just a bunch
Chapman, Adamas ejected.
Yep. It's usually, just pushing and shoving, but it's rare that you see the brawl break out before a hit, after hitters hit a home run, and he's not even at first base yet. But I think Rafi Devers kind of innocent in this one. He got a pitch, smoked it out, but it was skirting the line, fair or foul. So he kind of stood, did the lean, then he never puts his eyes on Kyle Freeland at all. He just throws the bat and starts running around the bases, and Freeland starts barking at him. So all of a sudden you see him turn and look, and he's like, what are you yelling at? So Freeland obviously bummed, giving up a big tank to Devers in the first. Now I was listening to Bob Scanlon, who, by the way, was a pitcher. And Scanlon on the drive home was like, they were talking about that situation. And he goes, I'm actually surprised that Kyle Freeland got that upset. He goes, he threw him 4 meatballs. He's actually lucky it didn't get hit out sooner. That's how bad these pitches were. And Scan, pitcher, goes, if you don't want to get taken bridge, throw a better pitch. And you didn't throw him any good pitches. And he hit one out. He's a really good hitter. He said, pitch better. Bob Scanlon, he goes, I didn't see anything from Devers that looked, he said he looked like he was trying to will it fair. And then he ran down the line. Kyle Freeland kind of opened this can of worms last night. But the people running out, Matt Chapman, man, that dude he looks so calm and mild-mannered. He's not. He came out and pushed Freeland, and Adamas came flying in. For a baseball tilt, it was pretty good.
As Brandon says, most fight a Bob Melvin team has shown in 3 years.
I couldn't agree more. And they're playing great.
10,
yeah, they're
as we
playing
said
great.
earlier, they're now tied with the Reds as the next team out in the wild card race right now behind the New York Mets. How about the AL wild card race? Does anyone want to win this one? We'll talk about that after a check of traffic on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is sponsored by the kids of Caltrans. A couple things going on here. Northbound 15 before Carroll Canyon, installed SUV in the center divide. Up ahead before Carmel Mountain Road, stalled motorcycle in the center divide. And an East County collision on westbound 8 before Lake Jennings. That's in the center divide.
My mom, my papa, my daddy. Where's the Caltrans? On the freeway, right next to speeding cars.
Please be careful.
Be alert. Be work zone alert. Brought to you by the kids of Caltrans.
So we talked yesterday about how the Mariners' lead for the final wild card spot in the American League was down to just a game and a half over the surging Texas Rangers. Well, Mariners lost again last night, falling 6-5 to the Tampa Bay Rays, but no one took advantage of it. The Texas Rangers could not beat the Arizona Diamondbacks, falling at Chase Field 5-3. They're still a game and a half back. And the Kansas City Royals are still 2 games back as they also lost yesterday to the Los Angeles Angels 5-1, which means the Tampa Bay Rays actually are now just 3.5 out of a wild card spot at this point as well in the season. So you can't say that the Rays are completely out of it either, as the Mariners continue to scuffle here. Pretty much ever since taking 2 or 3 from the Padres, they have fallen off the face of the earth. And
everybody can beat them but us.
Yeah. So even the Guardians, who lost yesterday, are only 4 out of the wild card race.
It's wild in the AL.
I mean, there's
Rangers, Royals, Rays,
like 5
Guards.
teams closer to a playoff spot in the American League than one team is even closer in the National League. There's a lot more separation in the National League than there is in the American League. So we do have a playoff chase shaping up, at least for the last wild card spot. The other teams are pretty comfortable. The Yankees and the Red Sox are pretty comfortable at this point as wild card teams. But it's the Mariners who are definitely feeling the hot breath on their necks from teams coming right behind them.
I like that. Where do we stand? We are the second wild
card. Just 1 game up on the Mets now, though, who have found their offense in Detroit, of all places, this week. Just hitting tons of home runs in New York. Juan Soto hit another one yesterday as well. So, but again, 6 still up on both the Reds and the Giants, with 23 games to play.
It's dicey, man. So dicey. So dicey.
You only need to moderately staunch the bleeding to keep that from turning around.
You gotta win one. It starts with
I
one.
Think today
you gotta win one.
Today's an important game. We'll talk about it probably more in the second half of the show. But I do think today's kind of an important game for the San Diego Padres.
Yeah, I'd say so.
You know,
I'd say it's very important.
It's bad to lose series, but getting swept is how you give
how you
up
lose
ground
seasons.
a lot.
Swept
That's
at
how,
home.
Yeah,
Swept at home.
That's how you lose ground quickly is when you get swept. Losing series, you're going to lose some series. That just happens. But you really don't want to get swept, as Paul said, especially at home, especially to a team with a losing record. Orioles they're actually above 500 over the last 83 games. They're just had a horrible start to the year that they were never able to recover from. They're not that bad of a team, but you took two of their best players. You should be able to at least win one game from this team.
Yeah, man, and it's the starting pitching that they're running out there for this 3-game set. That we sat on the round table last week. We were like 5-1, 4-2 at a minimum, dude. Be lucky to win one today. So yeah, I'd say it's a massively important game.
All right, we're also expecting your new friend Aussie Tony at some point.
As far as I know,
see if he shows up. Don't go away. Second half of Ben and Woods coming up next here on 97.3 The Fan.
Padres Orioles today.
All right, we're halfway home on a Wednesday. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. Great to be here with you. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl, the executive producer. Ben Higgins is your friendly neighborhood sports anchor. He joins us as well. Aussie, Tony, and Craig are on the way. They're very close, very close. I'm waiting on a text, so forgive me if I'm waiting for them to get down in the lobby. Paulie will go get them. We'll get this thing started. I did notice today is National Tailgating Day, and the reason I bring it up is we were talking about this last night, and that's not something they do in Australia. Did you know that?
No tailgating.
No tailgating.
Feels like it's a party culture.
Right.
The tailgating would be something they would love doing in Australia.
They love doing it, but they don't get to do it. They do it when they come to visit the United States.
But they don't do it there.
No.
They don't, sit around with a cooler full of Fosters.
No, they don't drink Fosters.
That's Australian for
they
beer.
They drink Budweiser, the import. Right? The Budweiser's an import. You don't drink Foster's over there. It's like Budweiser here. You know what I mean?
Does anyone drink Foster's?
I do. I like Foster's.
Really?
Oh, we used to crush those big oil cans of Foster's, 100%. So he's been to he went to a Giants game, like a NFL football Giants, and said the tailgating was the best part. I go, oh yeah, tailgating is part of American culture. He goes, we just don't have it down there. And I found that interesting. There's a lot of interesting stories. We'll be joined by my buddy Aussie Tony from Melbourne here any minute now. So just waiting on them to get down in the lobby and we can jam.
I loved what you were saying in the open about how his first experience at Petco Park, and said it was nothing like the stadiums in Australia.
Yeah.
Now, maybe they have a modern one in Sydney. I don't really know, but just completely different. It's just bare bones. You know,
you just go there to watch a game.
It stands like a high school, basically field, and you just go, you watch the game, and then you leave.
Yeah, and also I was asking him too, about the team he loves and the team that he hates. And I said, "What's it like, man? When because Aussies are crazy, man. Everyone I've ever met, they're wild, right? And I'm wild. I was wild. They're too wild for me." And so when you start talking to him, I go, "Does it get like rowdy? Are there fights?" He goes, "No, mate, not at all. We walk in together, we come out together, and we just go to watch our team play footy." And I go, "That's amazing. Like no fist fights." He goes, "No." He goes, "I had a buddy. He had a buddy that went to a Yankees Red Sox game from Australia." The guy was like, "Dude, this was so far beyond anything I could comprehend." Are they just? They care, they're loud, but they don't fight. They don't fight each other, which I thought was interesting.
Seems like they have a lot of fighters though down there. We got Peter in our chat. He says it's 1 a.m. here in Oz. So he's in Australia. Nobody drinks Foster's.
Yeah.
He also says we definitely don't drink Budweiser.
Now, you know what I'm saying. They drink that's an import to them, but they probably don't drink
Peter,
that
are you telling me you don't slip another shrimp on the bobby either? Is that
stop.
Is all these stereotypes that we get of Australians totally wrong?
Is he, Paulie, is he going to offend?
Yes.
Now he's from a different culture. You can't just start making fun of.
I'm not making
shrimp
fun
on the Barbie.
This is a knife. Does Paul Hogan not represent you all?
All right, they're downstairs, Paulie.
All right.
In the lobby. You need my key card or anything?
No, I got my own.
Okay, you got your own key card.
Used it every day for the last 6 years.
Have you been wondering how you got into the building?
How did you get here
without your key card?
How did I get here? Yeah, are you going to go on a walkabout, Ben? You guys
do some crocodile hunting with Steve Irwin.
He's no longer with us.
I know,
passed away. I'm not nervous, guys. I don't. When guests come, it's kind of you got to get them in, and it's a little anxiety.
Oh, I'm nervous.
Are you nervous?
Well, a little bit.
What are you nervous about?
Well, you told me Tony's kind of a wild man.
He is. He's great. You're gonna love him. Dub says, "I really do have a bromance." Yeah, I could say that. You have a little bromance. He's a great dude. Really, really good dude.
It's funny that just how randomly you met.
It's the most random. Just walked up next to us. You guys mind if I hang out here? Nope. There by himself. And the fact that he's here, and we're at a Padres game last night, and going to go see Oasis.
You're from San Diego, California.
Yeah.
He's from Melbourne, Australia. You met in Manchester, England.
Yeah. Woods is glowing. Shut up, everyone. You'd embarrass me in front of my new friend.
Like when your mom said, "Do you want to invite your new friend over?"
Yeah, sure. My ears are burning right now. What is happening to me? He's just a cool guy, and I think you guys will dig him. He's got great stories. Great stories.
I'm looking forward to it for sure.
He has some questions for you about baseball, which I thought would be interesting to explain. And I asked him too about, I go, "Hey, what's like the the number one guy get paid. Wait till you hear what Australian rules football players, the best of the best, wait till you hear what they make.
I'm guessing it's a lot lower than we think, not a lot higher than we think.
Correct.
But
like the highest of the high over there is poverty level for a big league player. Like if you're making that, they're like, hey man, you got to step your game up, So it is, it's an interesting culture shift.
I can already hear the volume increasing from the lobby as Paulie is escorting our guests in.
Yeah, Peter in our chat is from Australia. Is he friends with Aussie Tony? Like checking out his buddy's appearance?
I don't know that everybody in Australia knows each other. It's, it's a fairly large country. We will have Take on Woods coming up in our next segment. We still have our Reindl Report to get to. We'll talk more Padres baseball coming up in the second half of the program as well.
Are we going to take a break or something?
It's a little early
It's
to
way
take a
early.
break, so we're just going to have to kind of go on the fly, and Paulie's going to try to set up some chairs and some microphones as we get here. Don't forget, we got Padres baseball for you at 1:10 today. It's a day game to wrap up the very short 3-game homestand against the Baltimore Orioles. So Sammy will be on with the Padres pregame show at 12:10 today, and then tomorrow's an off day before the Padres go to Colorado this weekend.
So Peter in our chat knows Tony.
Oh, he does.
He
know
says,
Tony.
funny thing is at work, Tony's usually late to the floor as
Oh,
well.
he's a coworker.
So you've got
Not true.
a coworker in the chat. Is this on, Paul?
Yep.
All
I'm
you
talk
wanna
right
give
into
up
it.
right there.
All right, cool.
All right, so
Outrageous allegation.
ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Melbourne, Australia, my pal Aussie Tony. Hey, buddy.
How are we, fellas?
How are you feeling?
No, I'm good. I'm
Are you
really good.
sure?
Yeah, I'm good. Look, we were going to go out last night, and I spent the day with Craig. Went down the coast. He said, all right, after the baseball game, we go to the casino. But about the 7th innings, Craig turned a bit sour. He got real quiet.
It was ugly. It was an ugly.
I remember at one stage in the 8th innings, I leaned in. I go, mate, what's the difference between a 4-seam fastball and a fastball? And I could hear him just groan internally, like, oh man, I got to leave this guy alone. Believe me, I understand the pain of your sporting team performing poorly. So we left the stadium, and I'm going, do I ask about the casino? My money clip's jingling. Casino, right? And I'm like, don't ask. And I thought, let's ask something else. I said, Craig, what do you reckon about going to the game tomorrow? And he goes, not a chance. And that was it. And
That's
I'm like,
it.
all right, that's it. The
Night.
night's done. The night's done, fellas.
Craig
That's
takes
it.
the losses personally as well. We all do. We were pissy last night, all of us. And I left in the 4th inning because I wanted to go home and kiss my babies and get in bed. I had to be up and do a show in the morning. But here's the thing. And did I run through the intake on the air, or was that off?
No,
the air?
I think that was on the air, wasn't it?
I think it was. Was it? Well, again, I'm gonna run it back again.
Okay.
I can't believe. I looked at you in like the 4th when I left, and I go, "Are you good?" And you go, "Yeah, fine." How do you drink so much? I would have been a slobbering mess.
What do you mean?
Woods is a lightweight. Woods is a bit of a lightweight.
5 margs, right?
Four
margs, like at least 5 beers. And I mean, I was like, you guys would
They have tequila in Australia, right? That's not.
Yes, Ben, we are. We are a
Just making
first
sure.
world country. Thank you.
It's like not a new invention
Do
for
you guys
here.
have
Okay, just making
electricity
sure.
and running water?
Yeah, no, it's all good. Yeah. Electricity. Yeah, it's all happening there.
Vehicles, moving vehicles?
No, we're going well.
Do you have
like a horse and cart, like dragging us to work? Like, what are we doing here?
Do you have a wooden leg? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Where does the booze go? Because I'm watching it and I'm like, I can't believe he's going to go. I'm not judging. I'm like, he's going to get another beer. I was like, I would be a slobbering mess. He's not going to make the show tomorrow. And no problem.
Are you serious? When Craig and I went to breakfast, he bought me a burrito the size of my head.
Yeah.
Like, I was
First time ever.
Literally, so there was nothing going through after that. That was it. I'd have to eat for like 2 days.
Amazing.
There was 4 more beers
Another outrageous accusation.
No, come on. That's a beer guy kept walking up. Oh, can I get another one?
That's a quarter's
I
worth.
didn't want to be rude, Craig.
They do
I'm
cut you
trying to
off
support
after
the local
the 7th
economy.
inning stretch in a baseball game to try to sober you up a little bit before they put you back out on the streets at the end of the game.
Yeah, no doubt. Man, it's good to have you here.
Thanks
This is
so much.
it's a little surreal, right? Just playing your videos when we got back from England, and now you're here in San Diego. What are your initial thoughts of our fair city?
Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. Anyone living here is living the dream. And it was when Craig took me down the coast yesterday, we're going through all these little beach towns and like the architecture and the beaches, and it's beautiful weather. It's
the women.
it was a little bit overcast yesterday. So when we went to the beaches, there weren't too many women around. But yeah, it's you're living the dream, boys.
So Woods was telling us that the experience you had at Petco Park last night, not the same as going to maybe a sporting event in Melbourne. What stood out to you about the game last night?
I've had this thought before because I've been to NBA and NFL games as well, and you guys really understand. You tap into the entertainment side of it. Like when we went outside, I think I said, like, are we still in the stadium? Because there's like a stage, there's cheerleading girls, there's like all sorts of stuff happening. I'm like, what's going on here? And I'm like, yeah, it's really well done. Sorry,
it's a party out there.
Yeah, it is a party out there. That's right. It was the same thing like with the NFL with the tailgating, and that's almost better than the game. You know what I mean? And the stadium is like there's all different parts of the stadium. Our stadiums are just like a massive circle, and once you're in, you're in. You just come in and watch the game. There's so much going on in terms of the entertainment stakes when you guys put on a show. You know what I mean?
It's unfortunate you weren't here on a Friday, because on Fridays the party at the park before the game, when you go out to the stage, $5 cocktails, beers.
Now we're talking
before the game. Yeah, you can drink for a lot less on Fridays at Petco Park for sure.
Questions, baseball in general, kind of new-ish to it. Now you've followed it a little bit, but you had a lot of questions last night. Now there's nobody better to explain. We call it Ben-splaining. Ben will be happy to answer any questions that you may have.
The one thing that stood out is like, Ben, like what's with the bunting? Like, why
you have been hanging out
like
with
you guys are down 1 million runs and this guy's trying to bunt. Like, don't you try and smash it out? Like, what's happening here?
Yeah, just try to smash it out.
I don't really have an answer to that question.
Any other questions?
Back in the really old days when they didn't even make baseballs that well and you couldn't hit home runs, the best way to score runs was to get a guy on base and then bunt him over to second and hope that you got a single to bring him home. Nowadays, when guys are training 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, and they can hit the ball 485 feet, bunting isn't quite as solid of a strategy as it used to be.
I'd say just smash it.
Smash it. Smash it. Keep it easy.
But I mean, you watch cricket in Australia, is that correct?
Sir. Absolutely.
Yeah, they still have the guys, the cricketers who just tap the ball, direct it. They don't always go for the overs, home runs,
but they know how to hit a single.
Yeah,
like.
Well, that's what Luis Ariz. Luis Ariz. Did you watch Luis Ariz?
Yes.
He would be, I think, a world-class cricketer if he focused on that sport. He has unbelievable ability to get the bat to the ball compared to everybody else in baseball. He strikes out less than anybody else in the game, knows how to make contact. Now, he doesn't hit it. Did hit a home run yesterday. Doesn't hit a lot of those. Usually just is able to poke it in whatever direction he wants. That's what cricket guys do.
100%. There's a lot of similarities between the games, that high hand-eye coordination. 100%.
Now cricket? What's the popularity like in Australia?
Well, cricket used to be absolute king. Yeah. It's still massive. Like on the Boxing Day Test, you get 100,000 people at the MCG. It's massive, but it is waning a little bit. The game has changed.
Why? Because of the game changing?
Maybe it's like I'm not exactly sure, but I think from my perspective. Like AFL's always king in Australia.
Yep.
And just cricket's changed over time. It's a slow game.
Well, that's happened here as well. Baseball used to be more popular but then everyone wants excitement and entertainment now. And so people watch more football now than they used to and less baseball.
Ben, we're talking about the TikTok era. Our test matches can go for 5 days. That's 5 days, one match. 5 days. Like you get a kid these days, they can't pay attention for 5 minutes. Like, what are we doing?
Do you go like every day? If you're like a cricket fan
ticket
and you go to a test match, do you go every single day? You go, I'll go day 1 and day 4, but I'm not going to go all the time.
Maybe the tragics do that, but like generally you'd pick a day.
You pick a day.
And go
okay.
that.
How long is the day?
Like 8 hours.
8 hours for 5 days.
Could you imagine covering that sport?
And that's one game.
That's one game.
And it's a slow game. So what they've done now, they reduced it to, there was 1 day international, so there's a 1 day game, that's 50 overs. They've reduced that further now to another form of it, which is 20 overs a side. So that lasts about the length of a football game.
Okay.
So you get done with that for 3 hours. That's pretty popular now.
Yeah.
And it's smash and bash, and there's a lot more. There's no singles. Everyone's just trying to smash it out.
Yeah. No
bunts. It's really entertaining. But yeah, test match cricket, that is the pure form of the game. it is waning a little bit in terms of the crowds and
Yeah.
whatnot. But once again, when we play like England for the Ashes, the Boxing Day test is still massive.
You know when
So-
Boxing Day is?
It's
Woods?
Christmas.
Day after Christmas.
Day after
the
Christmas.
day
Yeah.
after the
Christmas.
day
The Christmas
yeah.
season. Don't
Yeah.
test me on this stuff. Ask him questions.
Just checking.
All right, let's take a break. We'll
Yeah.
come back. I want to talk more about sport, and I want to talk more about you and being here and how cool that is.
Aussie Tony's in studio. We will also play a little Take on Woods when we come back. If you'd like to get online and be our contestant, we have a caller everyday challenges Woods musical trivia. Tony, and it's not all about Oasis. It's about anything.
shame.
And you got a chance to win some concert tickets coming up next. So if you want to call in now, 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. We'll play our game and come back next with Bennett Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, I'll have to admit to Tony and Craig, I didn't always look this svelte. A couple of years ago, I was packing on the pounds, was not feeling very healthy, and I was introduced to sdfatloss.com. It's a weight loss program in which you can lose weight fast and sustainably. I lost 40 pounds in 60 days, and you don't have to take any of those injections, no side effects. You don't even have to exercise, and you're just eating real foods, stuff from the grocery store like chicken and steak and vegetables. And I did. I lost up to a pound of fat per day, 10 to 20% of my body weight in just 60 days. If you want to find out the secret of how it can work for you, and it has worked for my colleagues, for our listeners, the tier ones out there have lost thousands of pounds. You could be next. Just get your free consultation by signing up at sdfatloss.com. And right now, when you mention my name, Ben from 97.3 The Fan, get $200 off the program. Your counselor, your coach will guide you through the steps. Make sure you stay on track, not only to take the weight off, but to keep the weight off sustainably. Again, set up your free consultation. Go to sdfatloss.com. That's sdfatloss.com. Results may vary.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
So as you know, Woods met Aussie Tony at the Oasis concert in Manchester, England, when Woods went for his 50th birthday.
Yeah.
And Woods, you're going again with your family to see them in Los Angeles coming up.
Yeah, Saturday.
So twice, which to me is kind of crazy. I've never seen the same band in concert more than once.
Which is nuts
in my
to
life.
me. That's bananas to me.
But then I found out how many times Tony will end up seeing Oasis on this tour.
Yeah, 15
times. So you can run through it just quickly for me. 4 times in Manchester.
Yeah, 4 in Manchester, 2 in London. It'll be 2 LA, 2 Mexico, and then they're coming out to Australia. So it'll be 3 Melbourne, 2 Sydney.
15 total times.
That's so
the same
much.
band.
That's so good.
Playing the same song.
Same song, same set list, by the way.
By the way, this isn't some artist that's opening up at some bar. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, they're
this is like the
expensive
hottest
tickets.
ticket
Yeah.
on the planet. And you're just like, I'll take 15 of them.
Yeah, look, I'm pretty happy, but I'm very broke right now.
Yeah. What's the word you used last night that I love? Skint. I'm skint.
Skint,
Yeah, skint means you need to. He said, he goes, after this I got to shut it down. I got to get back. I got to grind for a while. But you do what you have to do what you want to do.
Yeah. So there was a girl at work who was like, "You're insane saying the same thing again and again." And I just explained it to her like, it's my favorite thing to do in the world.
Mine too.
And it got taken away from 2 decades.
Yep.
So I said to her, "What's your favorite thing to do?" And she goes, "Golf." You know, think about like if you can't play golf for 20 years, and suddenly you could. You're gonna play every day and twice a day and blah, blah, blah.
That's
So
me.
that's
Ben. I totally see that. Yeah.
We all of us Oasis fans, when they wrapped it up, and then you heard everything in the press through the years. There's no way. There's no way they're getting back together. And I raised my kids on it too. And the fact that I get to hold my babies up and them sing, along on Saturday is really special. And you saw all that at every show. You see the fathers, the sons, the mothers, the sons, the daughters. It's been incredible.
Yeah, I've never seen anything in a crowd like that.
Me neither.
Like it's just families.
Yeah.
Like 3 generations of families, like massive groups of people just celebrating together. It's been really wonderful.
I can't think of how sad I'd be if golf broke up for 20 years.
Yeah, if golf broke up for 20 years.
Play, and then they got back together and I could go back to the course.
Yeah.
Like, Golf is back.
That's how we feel.
Play 36 holes a day every day.
That's right. That's right.
All right. Speaking of music, Tony, we do this every single day. We have a contestant. We have Woods. We play musical trivia. It's called Take on Woods. Take on Woods brought to you by Bay Alarm, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you, and let's go with line 3. Is this Steven?
Yes, it is.
All right. How about a Steven versus Steven matchup today and Take on Woods? How you doing this morning?
I'm doing well, thanks. How about yourself? And welcome, Aussie Tony.
Aussie Tony, say hi to Steven. He's listening in. All right, so this week's prize, if you can beat or tie Woods, we got 2 tickets to the Head and the Heart at Gallagher Square, which Tony was at yesterday on September 29th. They do concerts when the Padres aren't in town out there. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Steven, to give you the advantage, I will give you your choice of the 3 categories. Woods, he stays in the dark. He doesn't get the category. So here are your choices. We've got cherry picking. That's all 2-second songs, Steven, with the word cherry in the title. We've got You've Got the Apart, which are 5-song titles with either part or apart in the title. And our new category, also 2-second songs, is called Out in the Cold, 5-song titles with cold in the title. So, Steven, cherry picking, You've Got the Apart or Out in the Cold? What would you like to play?
Let's go with Out in the Cold.
Out in the Cold, the new category. All right, Paulie put this one together for us last night. You'll have 60 seconds to identify as many of the 5 songs as possible. Remember, you need to give me the song title and the artist to score the point. You'll go first. Woods will go second. If you beat or tie him, we'll hook you up with the concert tickets. And, Tony, they only get like a short snippet, like 2 seconds of each song to try to identify it. So, all right, let's put 60 seconds on the clock. Paulie, time begins when he plays the music. Again, the category is Out in the Cold. Good luck, Steven. Let's take on Woods.
You're as cold as ice, Foreigner.
Correct. Song number 2.
Change your mind like a girl. Change your clothes.
Pass.
Song number 3.
Oh, God. Pass.
All right, song number 4.
I'm so I'm so
She's So Cold, The Who.
Oh, the Rolling Stones. Song number 5.
Oh. Funky Cold Medina.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Craig's got him here in studio. He's loving it. Time's running out. Got any idea?
No idea.
That's all right. You want to go back to song number 2? We're out of time, I think. Yeah. You got Cold as Ice by Foreigner, but She's So Cold was by the Rolling Stones. Hot and Cold by Katy Perry was song number 2. Clocks by Coldplay. We switched that one up on song number 3. And then Funky Cold Medina is by Tone Loc. All right, Steven, I don't know that one's going to be good enough for Woods. He doesn't get the category, though. Let's bring him back in.
Looks like some fun was happening.
Yeah, they were having some fun.
It smells like a brewery in here, by the way.
Already?
So rude.
All right,
So rude.
No category, but I will tell you, it's all 2-second songs today. Paulie will play the music. Your time begins when the first song begins. Good luck, Woods. Let's take on Steven.
Cold as Ice by Foreigner.
Correct. Song number 2.
Katy Perry.
Yeah.
I'll come back to it.
All right, song number 3.
Okay, good. That's Clocks by Coldplay.
That's correct. Song number 4.
It's Rolling Stones, and it's Hot for... I'll come back to it.
Song number 5.
Funky Cold Medina by Tone Loc.
Correct. Song number 2. Katy Perry.
It's
change your mind like a girl. Change your clothes.
One of the biggest pop songs in the last 20 years.
I love the song. What's the name of it?
Song number 4.
Hot and Cold.
Yes, song number 4.
It's the Stones, and it's what's the name of the song? Hot for Her?
No, and She's so cold.
She's so cold.
It's all cold. Cold as ice, hot and cold, cold play.
I thought it was
She's so
temperatures.
cold and funky cold Medina. But you did win 4-1. I
Okay,
believe,
good.
over
Good,
Steven.
good.
So,
How'd you do? Did you help out? No.
Craig was good though.
He was
screaming
every answer.
Was he screaming the
off
answer?
camera.
No,
He didn't say the answer.
whispering. He was making no noise, and yet I could still hear him over there. So.
That's great.
Don't look.
Very subtle, Krager.
No, I was just thinking, when are they going to play one of the good ones?
I can't wait. I can't wait.
All right, we'll have more with Aussie Tony in studio. We got a Reindl Report on the way as well, and we'll talk some Padres baseball all ahead on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Quickly, gang, if you're trapped in a high-rate mortgage watching your hard-earned money vanish every month, stop right now at Loan Pronto. They're delivering the lowest mortgage rates in 3 years. With their rate reduction home loan program, their streamlined, low-cost way to slash your house payments by hundreds of dollars a month. Lock in a fixed rate as low as 4.99% APR. Close in as little as 2 weeks. No appraisal needed in most cases. Here's the kicker. You could even skip your next 2 house payments entirely. So don't wait. Rates this low won't last. Call Loan Pronto now for your free, no obligation quote. Loan Pronto, incredible. Lower payments, more money in your pocket, and a fresh start with a better mortgage. Call 619-207-4336 or visit loanpronto.com to lock in your new low rate and skip those next 2 payments. Don't let high rates hold you back. Call 619-207-4336 or go to loanpronto.com right now. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. Subject to lender approval, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
Don't forget, 2 days from now, 2 days and 20 minutes from now, you can tune into the Manager's Report with Mike Schilt, Fridays, 9 a.m. here on Ben & Woods. The Manager's Report is refreshed by Eco Water SoCal. Try alkaline water for just $9.95 a month. Eco Water SoCal, keeping it soft since 1925. Got Aussie Tony in studio. Aussie. You say it with the Z's.
Aussie,
not
yeah.
Aussie.
Aussie. I find myself slipping into an Australian accent when I hang around him. I'm calling everyone mate. It's true. I'm like, hey, I trust you, mate. Have a good time. Right? It's weird. It's weird how it works.
It's okay. It's approved.
You
can use it. You can.
And what about you? You have a pretty.
I
good,
have a good Aussie accent.
He does have a really. I don't know if you've heard.
G'day, mate.
Well,
Isn't that pretty good, huh?
That's even worse than asking me if we have tequila in the country.
Cheers, mate.
Oh yeah, here's some old clips of Ben doing his best Australian.
This is a knife. What the bloody hell was that attempt at an Aussie accent?
It's awful.
You got to smarten up a bit, bro.
I'm really excited about the fact that we just had a week off and we get to face the Padres. Slam Diego, or whatever people are calling them now. I still don't know how I feel about their uniforms, though. Still unsure. They kind of look like silken pajamas.
I don't even know. I don't even know what that was. Like, I know you're getting it wrong, but I don't know how. Like,
it's a bit muddled.
That was a Liam Hendricks quote.
Yeah, Liam Hendricks.
We had Ben read, and we're like, well, he's Australian, so Ben, do it in Australian accent.
It was amazing. I want to talk, though. We don't have to do traffic or anything, right?
We do.
All right, let's do traffic. And then I want to talk about how a grown-ass man misses his flight to the United States whilst sitting in the airport, waiting to get on said flight.
Conscious.
Sending pictures. I'm almost there, mate. Missed his flight. I have to hear this story. We'll hear it after traffic.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser, Alpine Spring Water. Got a few problems here, guys. One of them is this accident involving a car and a motorcycle northbound 5 before E Street. They're in the center divide. Tow truck rolling up to assist with that. Also, northbound 805 past Home Avenue. Stalled vehicle in middle lanes. We also have reports of a collision on eastbound 905 just before La Media. Motorcycle involved in this one appears to be blocking the slow lane. Westbound 8, accident clearing before Lake Jennings. It's in the center divide. Another crash, West 8, just before College. Couple vehicles involved there over the right shoulder. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? They always bottle their Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all of their bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from their own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
I mean, I can see anybody missing a flight, oversleeping, traffic, unexpected circumstances, road closures. I mean, things happen. People miss flights. It's just undeniable.
But an international flight, while you're in the airport, sending your buddy selfies going, I'm here. I'm ready to go.
We almost missed a flight. We were flying to Italy, and we got there. This was shortly after 9/11. We got there 3 hours before the flight.
Right.
And security took 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Wow.
And fortunately, they knew it, so they delayed the flight like 30 minutes, but we were actually late to the gate. Never had happened to me before. This is not what happened to you, though. You were through security.
Yeah. So normally if I have a problem today, it's because I played up last night, but that wasn't the case. I was at a good night's sleep. My flight's at 9:30. I'm at the airport around 6:45, through security, check the bags, everything. I'm good. The problem started is because I bought into an airport lounge. Now, I'd never been in one before. When I was in Cebu in the Philippines, our mates Jazz and Kanj, they invited us into the lounge. It was the first time. So I'm like, I got to get on this. This is pretty cool. All right, so buy in, get in there, have brekkie, have coffee, have orange juice. But then they've got these beer fridges, backlit, glass doors. And I'm looking at those fridges. It was like the briefcase from Travolta opened in Pulp Fiction, man. Like those lights are shining. So, and also, it sounds semi-degenerate. It's like 7:30 in the morning in Australia. Right. But I'm trying to get on American time. This is how I'm justifying my behavior.
Makes sense. Long flights.
Yeah. It's 5 o'clock. So, you know the expression, 5 o'clock somewhere? We've got a whole country song about it. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, exactly right. So, I get to work. Knock the top off a couple, and I'm looking at the board. Now, when I first came into the lounge, they said to me, listen, you don't get announcements from the airlines in this lounge. And I said, don't worry about it. I won't need that.
I've got to watch. I'm a grown man.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm looking at the screen. It's coming up to 8:30. I've got to be at the gate at 8:30. Then it goes to 8:45. So it's 15 minutes delayed. Most people, they have a delayed flight. They're thinking, oh, this sucks. I'm like, this is good. Like this is an opportunity to get a bit more value out of this lounge.
Right.
And I got my value. Don't worry. The next thing I don't know what happened, but the next thing I look at my clock, it's 9:02. So I've lost a bit of time there. I was watching Mr. In Between on my phone.
Best show ever.
And there's 4 minutes left on this episode. I'm like, listen, I've got time. Get out there about 9:08. I'm hitting down, probably cutting it pretty close, but yeah, should be okay. I get to the gate, boarding pass over, and the lady, this is when the problem started. She goes, yeah, this isn't your flight. And I go, this is Los Angeles. She goes, yeah, but you're on United. That's like down. That's another gate. That's a whole nother gate. Then I really knew it was a problem when she looks again at my boarding pass and goes, and they've been announcing your name for a while. I'm like, oh, man. I double time it down to where I'm supposed to be. The doors are closed behind the people. That's not a good sign.
No.
Then before I even get to the people, Mr. Gauchi, they knew my name. So if you got hundreds of people going through and they shouldn't know me, they know my name already. I know I'm in strife right now. And they go, we've taken your bags off. You're probably going to miss a flight. I'm like, oh. And I'm like, listen, can you whip the bags back on? Get the guy to do a U-turn. Let's go. We'll make a call. Lady just goes, you've missed your flight. So that's it. So you're sitting there and you're like, oh, man, I'm 48 years old. I can't even adult properly. What's going on? Like in the last 7 minutes, my day's gone from awesome to awful. And the pain had just started. I had to do the walk of shame back through the terminal to get my bag. I'm escorted. Everyone's walking in the one direction. I know they're all eyeballing me going, what's this clown done? It was like a scene from Midnight Express when you're going against the flow. Grab my bags. I'm like, okay. I had a quick look. I'm like, there's flight tomorrow. I can get a flight tomorrow. It's not the complete disaster. Let me just grab my bag, grab a cab. I get back home, go to pay for the cab, and I'm tapping on the screen. My card's not working. And I'm like, how's this day? How am I running at the moment? And the cabbie, I go, I don't know why my card's not working, bro. And the cabbie looks back to me and goes, mate, your card's not working because that's not your credit card. That's your Mikey card. So,
what's a Mikey card?
That's a travel card, man. You can't pay for stuff with that. And so it was in that moment when I sort of realized why this problem had arisen. So I'm like, all right, let's let me get my credit card and pay for this. Now I have to face my dad. Now my dad's 90 years old. He is the great man. He's the kindest, best bloke ever. But he's a smart ass, especially to me.
Sure.
So I know I'm going to have to explain myself.
You walk in with your bags in hand.
Yeah, exactly right. So I'm like, all right, I don't want to lie to my dad, but I also don't want to really go through the shame of it. So I think, all right, just keep it vague. So I knock on the door. He goes, who is it? I go, it's Anthony. He calls me Anthony. And he goes, Anthony who? I'm like, your only son? The only son that lives with you? He goes, all right. Opens the door. He goes, geez, has it been 3 weeks already? I go, it hasn't been 3 weeks already. It's been 3 hours. What are we doing here?
I love it.
Can you let me in? He goes, all right, well, I'll let you in, but just to let you know, you're going to have to sleep on the couch tonight. I've rented out your room for 3 weeks. I'm like, no, you haven't rented out my room. Just open up the door. He's about to let me in, and he turns back, and he just says to me, so what happened? And I go, there was a problem with the flight.
Oh,
keeping it vague.
Yeah, keep it vague.
And he raises an eyebrow slightly, gives a half shake of the head and goes, oh, yeah, problem with the flight. Walks off giggling to himself.
Course.
So at this point, I know that he knows and he knows that I know.
Right.
So, yeah. All right. So I booked the flight for the next day. It's all good. It's going to cost me a bit of dough, but it's not too bad. Then we go into day 2 of the train shame. Like it got worse, man. I book United again. Exactly the same place, checking the bags in. I'm walking up and I see the lady that checked me in yesterday. Now I had a good conversation with her. I know she's going to remember me. I'm like, just give me one of the other people. Like it's a 6-to-1 shot to get this lady.
Right.
Of course, it
Right to
opens up straight there. She looks up and she goes, oh, it's you. I'm like, oh, man. And then she leans in slightly and with just a hint of sarcasm says, welcome back, sir. I'm like, what am I, Edward Norton in Fight Club? What's going on here? I can't take this anymore. All right, that's okay. Check the bags. Hitting up. And I forgot to mention, when I booked the flights for that day, I had a moment where I'm like, do I book this lounge again?
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
So a smart person would be like, no, let me just stay away. Yeah, I don't operate that way. I'm going back to the scene of the crime. We're going up to this lounge. I'm like, if it's the same receptionist, I'm going to lose my stuff. Different lady. Okay, all good. She's explained it to me. No announcements. Yep, no problem. Then she leans in and she goes, but be careful. There was a gentleman that came in yesterday that enjoyed himself a little bit too much.
Oh, my God.
And he missed his flight. And I'm like, she goes, can you believe that? I go, yes, Barbara, I can believe it because you're talking about me to me. So I'm not buying into this airport lounge receptionist mind game. Okay? I got to get with it. Anyway, no problems in the lounge. I get that you're texting me at that time. I get to the gate. I got to the flight. All right, finally, I'm about to board. This ordeal's about to end. I'm about to get on top of it. It opens up, and who do you think's checking the boarding pass?
Same person.
The bloke who escorted me out yesterday.
Oh my
I'm
God.
like, you are kidding me. Can I get a clean run here? And he goes, Mr. Gauci, well done.
Fantastic.
And he goes, I was about to send a search party out to the airport lounges, and I said that's something that would have helped me yesterday. Yesterday.
Yeah. Incredible.
All right, get on the flight, take my seat. I'm here. I'm good. I've adulted. I get a text. It's from my boss. This is from Steph, my boss. She's great. She's the one that approved my leave to get over here.
Yep.
I'm thinking, a bit of probably, how's the trip going? Blah, blah, blah. You know what it said? It said, how was your flight, you peanut? It's my boss. I'm copping shade from my boss over here. So it was just the layers of humiliation were palpable, and it's like you need to have a thick skin living how I live.
Well, now you're a Padres fan, so the layers of humiliation they're never ending. So
it sounds like the Australians are in general a smarmy kind of
yeah,
people.
the smarmy,
everyone's kind of snarky
cutting.
and sarcastic.
Look,
and
if you fall over in Australia, that's everyone loves it.
Yeah.
They'll pick you up, but you're going to hear about it.
I love that.
You'll be reminded
I
of
would
it.
fit in so well over there, I think. I really would. I'm a ball breaker, too. I think that's great.
You got no idea. So in the Philippines, my mate Crackers, who I traveled with, he missed a flight down to Siargao to meet me up. I torched him for it.
Oh, yeah.
So I did a whole 3-minute video. It was a monologue about me absolutely getting into him. When he found out about it, I've never heard him happier.
Oh, I'm sure.
I will never hear the end of it. Like, I literally gave him grief for something, and I did the same thing. Except worse, 3 weeks later.
3 weeks later.
Like, it's
I want a
amazing.
mate named Crackers. Can I call you Crackers?
Sure, you can call me Crackers.
And
That's
who's your
fine.
other friend? Grungy or what? You had another friend you went to the show with. I couldn't even make it out.
I couldn't get
the accent is pretty thick. I'm still
Ben
trying
and
to
Crackers on
Ben and Crackers.
trying to make it out completely.
I love it.
I think you're a nice distraction here for us this
Big time.
morning, Tony. Thank you for being in studio.
No problem.
Did see someone going, why aren't we talking about the Padres? This is we need to
We
find
can
something
talk
else
about
to
the
talk
Padres.
Somebody said, who cares how this guy missed his flight? I guess when the Padres suck, you need to find something.
You nailed
And
it.
then,
You got it. You figured us out.
And then KG followed that up with, I'd rather hear about Aussie Tony's last bowel movement than the Padres.
Yeah, that's rough. That's how rough.
You don't have to go into detail on that.
I don't want to hear about that at all. Not even a little.
I love the story of being the cautionary tale that you are told to yourself.
Yes.
From the next day.
Yes. You are.
You don't want to be that guy.
was salt in the wound.
You are.
I already am that guy.
You
Thank
are a
you very
gem.
much.
You are a gem, my friend. Phenomenal stuff.
Fantastic. So we'll come back. Paulie's got some headlines with the Reindl Report in our final hour. I also think you want to talk Padres. Today's game might just be a little more important than some of the other of the 162 this season.
No doubt.
Not just because they're playing badly and need a win, but this one in particular to me, it's a bit of a statement for your San Diego Padres. I'll explain why. We'll look ahead at the matchup as well. Final hour of Ben and Woods on the way. Do not go anywhere. You're listening to San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. And just like that, Aussie Tony is gone and off to his next adventure.
Probably a bar, if I had to guess. Yeah, probably another bar.
Welcome back. Final hour of Bennett Woods. We were graced with the presence of Aussie Tony in studio for the last hour.
Yeah.
Now what are we going to do?
I don't know.
Probably forced to talk a little Padres
Just replay
baseball.
the 8 o'clock hour.
Replay the 8 o'clock hour.
I can delay it as long as possible. Got an email here from our friend Scott Yaffe, who announced officially tomorrow 8 aspiring San Diego Seals PA announcers. The finalists will take part in final auditions tomorrow at Pechanga Arena. And you are going to be one of the judges that
Am I mentioned in
determines
there?
who you are mentioned. You are mentioned in the release here.
I feel good.
Yeah, a couple of times actually that they're trying to fill the big shoes. Longtime announcer Stephen Woods announced in April that he would be laying down the mic at the conclusion of the 2024-2025 season. Something about continuing the legacy that was created by Woods here.
Wow.
And they're going to determine out of the final 8 who gets your job
Crazy.
tomorrow at Pechanga Arena.
Yeah, I was emailing with Mike Grace, and he kind of gave me the run of show and what it's going to look like. I'm looking forward to it because I was humiliated at my audition, and I'm looking forward to these people being humiliated as well. It was me and one other guy.
Do you know what sort of paces they're going to be put through? Will they all be reading from the same script? Is there going to be some impromptu? You got to improv a little bit.
Yeah, and I did see, and I don't want to spoil anything,
Right.
but if any of them are listening, there will be some curveballs. And curveballs are not easy to hit, and they're not from me. These are
wrinkle.
The
A little wrinkle.
Throw a little
Yeah.
wrinkle at you. See how you do, because there's a lot of
What do
wrinkles.
they call it in Survivor? The twist.
I don't know.
The big twist in the game.
So they're going to put you through the paces. I'm excited to be a part of it. I'm honored to be a part of it, and I was honored to be a part of that organization since its inception. But the time, like I said, has come for me to pass the torch.
Now let me ask: after they, you and they select your successor, I don't want to say replacement, but
my successor, yeah.
Are you going to be that person who is a full-on supportive mentor,
Yes.
or are you going to be the guy that goes, he or she just can't do it the way I did?
No, I will absolutely be supportive. That's how I am as a person, and I will absolutely cheer for them. And I will tell Gracie, and now I would say it, if there's an issue ever and the person can't. I missed one game in the whole time. I missed one game, and it was the last season. We had a trip planned in advance, a family trip to Vegas when we went to see the Eagles and Deftones, and we had a great time. But I had that trip planned, and if there's an emergency, first out of the pen if you need me. Come in and fill in again. Oh, dude, I'm not washing my hands.
They can make a big deal out of it, like, hey, Woods returns one night only sort of deal.
I'm not washing my hands at all. I will always root for that team and those people and those players, and so whoever gets the gig will be well deserving, and I'll be there to help them along the way if they have any questions at all.
All right, a lot of Padres.
I like being a mentor.
Okay,
that's
a good
mentoring
thing to be.
Yeah,
as a mentor. You've been my mentor here
Get
on
out of
radio,
here.
and I've been
Never.
yours
Yes,
as
that's
well.
fair.
We've been
Each
co-mentors. A lot of Padres talk early in the show, and I get I'm not going to tell you you're wrong for dooming, because there's absolutely, this is sports, anything can happen. And the Padres, we may be seeing the early signs of another monumental collapse.
It'd be a big one.
I don't see the same signs as in 2021 or even 2010. Remember 2010 when they were in first place coming down the stretch and they lost 10 games in a row? I think that was late August and ended up losing on the final day of the season to the Giants and not making the playoffs. And Giants went on and won the World Series. There are differences between that team, even the 2021 team, and this team. Like in 2010, they had the smallest payroll in baseball.
Yep.
They were like, no one understood how they were doing it all year long. How did they get to 79 wins or whatever they were at?
They ran out of gas, right?
They ran out of gas. They just didn't have the talent that, the team like this year's team has. The Padres have established, experienced players. And Mike Schilt pointed this out yesterday, that have gone through this before, that have seen Septembers. They know how to regroup. They know how to shake off a bad week or two.
I would like to see it.
And figure out how to start playing again. Does it mean they're going to? No, of course. We don't know for sure.
So they know
to.
how to, but they're not going to.
I would think that at some point fairly soon, they will start looking a little bit more like they did for the first 4 months of the season and less like they have for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I agree. I think the time is now. I tweeted yesterday, season starts today. We'll amend that. Season starts today is what I meant. You got Nestor Cortez today against Cade Povich, who's a left-hander.
Yeah.
2-7 with a 5.04. And Mike Schill talked a lot about recipes last night. You're missing a couple of ingredients from the recipe. A 2-7 pitcher from the left-handed side with a 5.04 ERA sounds like a recipe for disaster for me.
So, Cade Povich, been consistently mediocre all season long. The Orioles lost all 5 of his starts in August.
Happening today. I know what's happening today.
So here's why I think today's game's kind of important. There's no doubt about it. Woods, you brought it up earlier. There's a certain danger of facing teams like the Orioles, young players, guys who are getting a shot, nothing to lose. You can play loose. There's really no pressure on you at this point, and the finish line. You see the date. September 28th is the finish line. You don't have to save anything in the tank for the playoffs. Just go out, try to earn a contract, try to earn some money, impress some people, just go out and play free and easy. Those teams can be dangerous for sure. What you generally see, though, in teams like the Orioles here late in the season, there's a little complacency. They've come in, they've already won this series. They're not fighting for a postseason berth.
Can we turn his mic off? Because this is making me very nervous.
Well, no, I'm saying this is why this game is a big judgment.
Oh, yeah.
In my mind for the Padres.
Good.
The Padres absolutely do not want to get swept. They do not want to give up another game here. They want to right the ship. I don't know that the Orioles have that motivation today that the Padres do. If you can't win this game with that kind of even extra motivation against a team that I've seen it before. I'm not saying the Orioles will succumb to that today, but I've certainly seen it. Like, hey, we're on a long or coming from the East Coast to the West Coast. We already won this series. Do we really need to fight like heck for the sweep, or let's just get out of here, finish, day game, get on our plane and move on? And you know what? Even if we lose, no one's going to care because we won the series and we did our job.
I mean, look, you're laying out a lot of good evidence, but until the Padres play like they want to win a baseball game.
I'm not telling you the Padres are going to win. I'm telling you why the Padres should and need, and this game is kind of important for me to watch this game and how they perform. If they cannot beat a team that doesn't really have that burning fire necessarily to win this game, then there's another reason that you can be concerned and add to the potential dooming going forward for the rest of this season.
And Nestor Cortez needs to challenge himself today, like Ruben Niebla challenged him against the Dodgers. Hey, man, enough with the creaky first innings. Like, you have to set the tone today. He is a veteran. It's why you acquired him. He has pitched very well at times for this team. Today is the day you need him, Ben, to go out and hang a 0 in the first inning. He's got to go out and hang a 0 in the first, and preferably about 5 more after that would be the most ideal way to draw it up. He's got some history against the Orioles. They haven't hit him particularly well in the past. Really means nothing. How is his stuff today? Remains to be seen. But this is why you go out and you get, because at the end of the day, too, you felt good getting Nestor because, well, Kolek's not really battle-tested. Bergert's not really battle-tested. Nestor Cortez is. Been in the biggest games. Failed in the biggest games in his career. This is the guy you want on the mound today. If he can challenge himself, Benny, to go out there and throw up zeros. And really, our offense, you got to step it up. All of you guys got to step it up. You got to figure out a way to win a baseball game today. And I'll even couch it for me and say, do what you have to do. Play all the small ball you want. Find a way to win a baseball game on a Wednesday afternoon.
With Cade Povich being the starter, being left-handed, it's also an opportunity for Mike Schill. He's going to have a slightly different starting lineup as he usually does against a left-hander. This is a chance to shake it up even a little bit more, as you were talking about earlier. Will there be a slightly different look? Will Laureano as a righty being higher up in the lineup? I certainly would expect Iglesias to be at short against a lefty. They finally gave him a day off. He does not hit righties well, but he performs adequately offensively against left-handers and should be in the lineup today. So I would imagine he will be at shortstop.
So Povich's splits are Lefties actually hit him a little bit better.
Another reverse split guy.
289 with a 341 OBP. The slug is 542. The OPS is 883.
Against lefties.
Against right-handers, 269, 330 OBP, negligible difference there. 429 slug and 759 OPS.
It's not a good pitcher. Neither of those numbers are particularly good.
No.
It's a high OPS for a pitcher to give up on either side of the plate.
No question. And so, again, I don't know if Schilt is just going to keep running it out there and see what happens. But I don't think it's you need to get super kooky by getting all your righties in by any stretch, unless you just like it, and they have more game data. Oh, well, the last 5 starts, he's been dominating. I don't know. This is just the overall numbers.
You'll see guys, especially day game after night game, maybe take their day off this week. You never know. Well, we should be getting a lineup here soon.
10:03.
Yeah, 10:03.
You will need to sit one of your lefties, almost certainly, because you have too many of them, whether it's Sheets, O'Hearn, Merrill, or Arise. You can't play them all in most games, so one of them will probably sit down. My guess is, since O'Hearn sat yesterday, he'll probably be back in the starting lineup, and someone else could be Sheets. I don't love giving Sheets a day off with how hot he is, but he also needs a day off at some point. He's been playing a lot lately. Wouldn't be stunned if he got the day off, at least to start.
Louis at second, and O'Hearn at first, and
Sheets at DH. Good, and give Jake the day off. It's possible, too.
Yeah, I mean, he's had kind of a rough defensive stretch. Jake's had a really good season for us, but if it's a good day to take a day off, and then you got Crony coming off the bench later if you need somebody to wear one and get on base, as he's done really well this season. So there's some options for Schilte today, but really what it boils down to, man, Manny got to step up. Manny's got to come through. He just has to.
I wanted it so bad.
Oh, me too, bro. And when he didn't get it, I was just like, man, again, 3 swings last night, one from Merrill, one from Toddy, one from Manny that could have I don't want to, the season's not over. They're not fighting for a playoff spot right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it could have released some of the tension, I think, from the fan base and probably from the players' psyches a little bit.
Bernie says Ben Woods and Paul all in denial. This is a cursed baseball team that will go nowhere.
All right.
They've done nothing in 23 years at Petco Park to make this city proud.
Bernie, if that makes you feel better, I'll be here for you.
I mean, just give me a reason, other than a curse, because.
But that's okay. Listen,
every
that's okay.
team that hasn't won is cursed until they do.
Correct.
And
correct. The Cubs were cursed. The Red Sox, it's possible to break it, and the way that you do it is you beat the Orioles on a Wednesday. That's one way. You got to start somewhere. Beating the Orioles on Wednesday.
Don't get swept by the Orioles.
It's not too much to ask, I don't think, as a fan base. I don't think it's too much to ask these cats not to get swept by the Baltimore Orioles.
Boy, I can't wait for the roundtable if they do get swept.
Thanks for reminding me of the roundtable tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Hours.
Well, what happens?
Commercial free.
They lose tomorrow. Are we calling for Mike Schilt to be fired?
If they lose tomorrow, Mike Schilt should be fired because they don't have a game.
If they lose today, tomorrow, what does tomorrow's conversation sound like?
Yeah, I don't know.
I just don't. There's no changes. There's no major. You
just keep rolling.
Nothing really changes. Nope. Win or lose today.
Just keep rolling.
Nothing really changes on Friday.
I mean,
put Tony on the roundtable. That I would sign up for. We'll put Aussie Tony on the roundtable. Incredible. He can take my spot.
But that's saying. It's just like so extreme. You're like, of course, it's not a must win. The season's not over if they lose today.
Right. It's not a one and done.
But man, you want to talk about vibes, feel, emotionally, how it all feels like it won't be good.
It won't be good.
But it won't be great if they win either. It's not like, woo,
yeah,
we're good.
No, shouldn't
I mean,
be.
we still, you still have to have a tough conversation with Schilte on Friday about this skid. You have to, right?
Oh, if they win 20-1, it's still a tough conversation.
But what's the tough conversation? What do we want to see him do?
Stop losing series to inferior teams.
Yeah, but he's not playing. Though.
No, I know.
He's not playing the game.
He took responsibility for it last night.
He said it, but I don't
buck stops with him.
I don't know that there's any strings that he, before the trade deadline, you can say, hey, they need to address this and this and this. And then AJ Preller did. After, there's really nothing you can do other than roll out your players.
Yep. And hope they execute.
And hope that they play well. I mean, that's really at the point where we're at.
KG wants to fire members of the coaching staff right now. I don't know that it's the most well-advised plan right now to be like, hey, you and you are out today.
It's a horrible idea.
It really is a horrible
You can
idea.
make changes in the offseason if things didn't go well down the stretch and you feel like we need to make some adjustments. Absolutely, that's the time to do it. No one's firing coaches right now. I mean, unless you're the Rockies and you are making sweeping changes after the season anyway, but as long as you are not eliminated from playoff contention, there's not a coach that's going anywhere, nor should a coach be going anywhere.
I'm not listening to KG. Earlier, he says he misses Berdar. So I believe he was being sarcastic, but I remember Berdar. Was it Mike Berdar?
Mike Berdar.
Oh, my God. Ow. He thought this approach was bad. That was about as bad as it got. No offense. Just it was not a fit. Not a fit.
Yes.
We'll be all right. We'll be all right.
Yeah.
We'll be all right.
At this point, it's up to the players.
Yeah.
The manager can do little tiny things.
Do your job.
But
just do your job. That's it.
ultimately, he's going to throw mostly the same 9 guys out.
Yep.
Or 9 of 10 out on most days. And it's up to those players to either execute or not execute.
Yep.
And that's how far the Padres will go.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's a lot of frustrated teams out there right now. The Dodgers have starting pitching has been locked in for them, and they're still not winning games, right? Our starting pitching is not locked in at all, and we're getting 4 innings max a game, and we're losing games. So
4 stressful innings.
High leverage innings, like not high leverage, but high stress innings. High traffic. I mean, I guess somewhat tip your hat to them for not letting these games spiral out of control and somewhat keeping you in the game. They haven't. Like, Yu Darvish didn't give up a grand slam in the first inning yesterday, and I really thought he was going to after hitting 2 guys. You know what I mean? Like, I thought this is over. And semi bit of credit for that, keeping you in a ball game. You had a chance to win a few times last night. So keep creating those opportunities. And if the big dogs can come through today, that would be exactly what we need.
All right, before we go to break, because we did not have a winner in Take on Woods, we still have those concert tickets to give away. So this is your chance. If you'd like to see the Head and the Heart at Gallagher Square on September 29th, you can call right now, be the 4th caller at 833-288-0973. 833-288-0973. 4th caller going to win 2 tickets to the Head and the Heart at Gallagher Square, September 29th. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Still got the Reindl Report to get to, an early Padres baseball at 1:10 this afternoon at Petco Park, all ahead on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, Woods and I want to talk about trust and will. Not something that we wanted to think about necessarily, but probably should have been thinking about long before we were both 49 years old.
Yes.
And that is what happens if something happens to us, what happens to our families, what happens to our house, what happens to our 401k, what happens to our children. And we just thought, it'll be fine. It's not.
It'll work itself out.
It's not going to work itself out. The state decides all these things if you don't have documents. But now you can get documents and you can do it quickly, easily, and affordably.
Yeah, all you have to do is go to trustandwill.com. Use the code FAN when you check out, FAN. They'll give you 20% off and ship you your estate documents for free. And you want to make sure that you get the trust as well. Keep your family out of a very lengthy, expensive probate court. You don't want that. After you're gone, your family dealing with any of that. It's going to be hard enough for them. So again, trustandwill.com. Use code FAN when you check out.
Yeah, I don't want to spend a couple $1,000s on documents that I hope I'm not going to need for 30 years. This is not that. This is very easy, online, quick, and affordable, and even more so, again, when you use the code FAN at checkout at trustandwill.com. That's trustandwill.com.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
Congratulations to Robert. Won the tickets to the Head and the Heart at Gallagher Square. We'll have more to give away tomorrow with a game of Real or Fake. And then again, Take on Woods on Friday. Speaking of Robert, I think I had forgotten. I think I knew, but had forgotten that Robert Suarez had a brother that pitched for the Baltimore Orioles, who got in the game last night.
That was him?
That was Albert Suarez. Yeah, he was the brother.
I don't know
He is
this.
the brother of Robert Suarez. He had been on the injured list for most of the season. Activated a couple days ago and made his return to the mound last night, pitched the 9th inning.
He looked mean.
Yeah, well, runs in the family.
Well, Robert looks nice. Robert looks like
That's
a
true.
teddy bear.
Well,
he's like always has the calmest, sweetest face. This dude was like he looked mean.
Albert
and
doesn't
mad.
throw quite as hard as Robert does.
Damn, dude. I had no. How did I not know this?
Yeah.
Did they say it on the broadcast?
They did.
I had my noise machine on.
I
was gearing.
and
I
for
was
a
gearing
second,
up
I
for
thought
bed.
I was watching Don and Mud, and for a second I thought Mud was kidding because he does the whole
thing. With
they do the bit with his brother
which is
in
genius.
Washington.
I laugh every year. Are you sure?
Yes. They are
Okay.
brothers.
Yeah. Dominic says when
They-
the Padres played last year,
Yeah.
they both were out. I missed this entirely.
Yeah,
I have no memory.
they are definitely brothers. They're both Berts. One's Robert, the other is Albert.
I like that.
Bert Suarez's.
Bobert and Tabert is what I should have gone with. Tabert.
There are parents who do bits with their kids' names. I don't hate it. They're
There's
all
a
the same
lot of
letter.
it. My
or-
brother's got Oliver and Owen.
I mean, George Foreman was the king of
Georges,
the bits, all the
right?
Georges.
Yep.
Yeah, but
Well, I hope that we don't see him today. He looked pretty effective.
He was
pretty effective last night. That was an ugly one. Like to flush that one and get back to the ballpark today and get after it. Get a dub.
Would be nice.
Be great.
I was
really had a
pretty
good
mentally uninvested in last night's game.
I had a good feeling. I was there. I was in the house, and I'll tell you, I looked around at the start of the game, and I went, "Good God!" And Tony's like, "Is this normal? Like this many people?" And I go, "Yeah." I said, "This season, in particular." He's like, "It's a Tuesday night, mate," and I'm like, "I know, man. People are on fire for this team, and they have to this point played really, really well at home. Would like to see that continue because that's a really tough look. And when you're dropping games to lesser teams that haven't won as much at home is just a tough look.
Did you guys get your Manny Machado basketball jerseys?
I sure did,
That's
man.
good.
I got those, brought them home for the kids. They were very happy and got more gifts. Aussie Tony laid a bunch of gifts on me. So go home and give those to the kids. They'll be excited. Gave us a bobblehead of his favorite AFL player. They call him the Bull. But yeah, I'm kind of interested in AFL now. Australian rules football, which is not rugby. I was asking him about some of the differences, Benny, he said it's, a little bit safer than it used to be. He said back in the 80s, it's like baseball, right? I watch Hal McRae slide into second base where he just doesn't slide. He just, he just bowls into guys.
Oh, yeah.
And he said now with concussion protocols as they are, they have kind of cracked down on these guys over there as well. And they wear no gear.
I remember watching Aussie Rules football on ESPN before they had the rights to anything. In the early days of ESPN, they'd show Aussie Rules football.
Yeah.
So young Ben would turn it on. And I didn't understand the rules, but I was always obsessed with the officials, the referees. And they had the way they did their signals.
Their calls.
They just had their, I'm sure if you're watching the NFL, safety and all the different ones, they look odd. But for, me watching Aussie Rules football, the officials were always fascinating. They were usually like well-dressed. I don't know. It was like some sort of coat and tie.
Yeah, probably.
And they had the weird symbols and I had no idea what they were calling, but watching Aussie Rules football.
Yeah, it's supposedly pretty huge over there.
Question for you before we'll get to the Reindl Report in our last segment. Got an email from my other job. Today is First Wednesday, which is a new tradition we've started at Channel 10.
Okay.
Instead of waiting around for everybody's birthday and bringing in, it's so-and-so's birthday today, and someone brings, a cake or something. Every month we just decide on the first Wednesday, we're going to celebrate everybody's birthday that month.
Okay.
Just the one day.
They did this on The Office.
Is that what they did?
Yeah,
too?
they did.
Yeah,
well,
okay.
They did it, and it didn't go well. People wanted to be celebrated.
That's what I was asking. I think it's efficient. And
I think it's efficient, too.
You can't necessarily celebrate 9 birthdays in a month and have cupcakes every other day.
Can I say something without people getting upset? You're a grown-up. It's your birthday. BFD. Get your cake and move on. You're a grown-up at this point. Like I celebrated my 50th birthday. Nobody did it bigger and better than me, but I wasn't going to drag everybody else down doing it. I did it by myself. I would be a very efficient trip. It's your birthday. Congratulations. You were born. Eat your cake. It doesn't matter that it's not on the same day and just move on with your day.
So you're okay with it.
I'm okay with not even celebrating it with a cake.
I am as well, but I'm not the most festive person.
No, you're not festive at all. What are you doing for
I do
your
like the
50th?
idea of just, if you're going to do anything, just knock it all out.
Knock
once
it
a
out.
month.
Yeah, do it. You can do it in the middle of the month so everyone feels.
Odyssey sent out a mass email message yesterday that just said, happy birthday to all 300 September birthdays.
And you're one of
them. I'm one of them.
Paulie's one of them.
Thank you. I don't need cake or anything like that on my actual.
Oh, we're going to bring you some stuff for your birthday for sure. Okay. But that we celebrate it, right? We do it each other.
Yeah.
What's your big plan for you? I went big on my 50th. Are you going big on yours?
I believe I'm not supposed to know what's happening for my 50th birthday.
From us or from anybody?
From my family.
Okay. Ooh, I'm intrigued.
What day of the week is your birthday?
Yeah, what day is it on?
My birthday is on a Monday, I believe.
And of course, your birthday is November the 3rd.
Good deduction.
Is that right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
We missed it the one time.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it in my calendar.
I already did.
I did.
Yeah, no, I expect to be here on that Monday.
Oh, yeah, you'll be here.
That was one of the most mortifying moments of my career, at least.
It's one of the worst moments of my life. For sure.
Really didn't care.
I know you didn't.
Really
I know, but
didn't
we
care.
did.
I did. Yeah.
How wild?
Why don't we just celebrate it on everybody's November birthdays? We'll just have a nice day for everybody.
Well, yours
do it
is
on November
early.
3rd.
Yours
It
is
is.
early. How wild could we possibly get in studio without offending?
Are we going to be able to stream that show?
Without offending people? Like how far is the line?
I mean, there was radio stations like in the old days. They would have to black out the windows
Correct.
of the studio.
I was in those studios,
so no one
Yeah.
could see what was going on inside the studio.
That's what I want.
Don't want that.
We should do it just as a bit,
Just
to
like
freak
the
everybody
video.
out. We're just sitting here eating sandwiches.
Put a broom handle across the door so like Adam can't get in.
Show, but
Yeah, just a normal
black
show.
out all the
So anyway,
windows.
what's up with the runners in scoring position last year? Because it'll be November.
Well, why'd you guys tape up the windows? Like, we're sick of you guys looking
Yeah,
in. I'm
it's on a
not.
fishbowl, buddy. That's great. All right, big 50.
Woo. Yep.
Okay.
All right, Paulie, what we have for the Reindl Report coming up next?
We've got some San Diego State basketball news, and what else do we?
Well, I'm
have?
here if you've got me. You've won me over. San Diego State basketball news is all I need to hear.
There was
Paulie.
some news there, and then we have another really bad love scamming story.
More of this.
Stop giving people money. Please stop.
A lot of lonely people.
I did
out
a
there.
long time ago, Paulie.
Yeah, you did. You did.
That's coming up
You did.
next.
You've never been scammed.
Final say it'll be very tough to scam.
It would.
97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000-466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
No, I'm gullible. I would believe you.
That's fair.
I just wouldn't give you any money.
That's true.
I feel really bad for you.
That's true.
Wish I could help, but I just can't.
Yeah.
I will give 7 Mile Casino a little bit of my money.
Sure.
Because I like the chips, and then I get to take them to the table.
Yep.
I like Texas Hold'em poker.
I thought you meant like the chips and dip. I like those
I also
too.
like those too.
Yep.
And you can get those at Sammy's at 7 Mile. Aussie Tony, who works at a casino, brought in some poker tournament bags for us. Love playing little Texas Hold'em. Woods, more of a fan of the California style blackjack. There's also Pai Gow and Baccarat, San Diego's best, closest, most comfortable card room.
Yeah, the best part, just 7 minutes from downtown. Great day today to go down. Pre-game, post-game, after, celebrate. Hopefully celebrate a victory. But if not, just a cool place to go and hang out. They'll take good care of you. Smoke-free environment, slot machine-free environment as well. So just have a great time.
Just to get there, hop on the 8 freeway, drive about 50 minutes east. Oh, no, wait.
No,
that's
wrong
the other
one.
places. Get on the 5 freeway, go 7 minutes south. You get off at E. You stay on the west side of the freeway. That's Bay Boulevard. Pull right into the parking lot. Could not be any easier. Check it out for yourself today. 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
All right, since we were talking about celebrating birthdays at work, what's the best office treat at work? We're getting cupcakes today. Not bad, individual servings.
Are they like the ones from the grocery store with the thick
Costco ones?
Okay,
Yeah,
they're not
on
bad.
the clamshell.
I like the little ones.
Mini
Like the little
cupcakes.
mini ones. I'll
I
just
think
eat
cookies
6 or
are
7 of those.
ideal.
Nah,
Grab
not
one,
everybody likes
eat
the
it.
same
You don't need
kind of
any
cookies.
silverware or anything.
Yeah, that's good.
Which is nice. Like pie is delicious. I'd rather have pie, but pie's a mess.
Nobody
at the
eats
office.
birthday pie though. Do
It's
they?
delicious,
I
but
love
it's a mess
pie.
at the office.
We should normalize
pie.
birthday pie.
Yes, but like eating a big sheet cake is kind of a mess. You need a spatula, you need a knife, you
Forks.
need
There's crumbs
there's
everywhere.
crumbs everywhere.
Brownies are good.
Oh,
I was gonna say
brownies are
brownies.
very good
Just grab
choice.
one.
Yeah. 4.
Pizza,
Grab 4.
Grab 4.
Pizza's good.
Pizza's good.
If you want something more savory.
We're getting pizza tomorrow though at the round table.
That's true.
Lots of pizza.
That's true.
Cupcakes is today.
I think I'm going to get a little pudding today. I'm in the mood.
Banana pudding.
Yeah.
At the game. You're going to the game again.
Yeah,
Have you ever had the banana pudding? It's delicious.
I only get tagged in it every time somebody eats it. I got it yesterday. Hey, once he got my pudding, I'm like, all right. I get no kickbacks from this. By the way.
Sammy did a video yesterday I saw where he was showing off all the Seaside Market options, including, of course, the pudding.
Yeah, it's just elite. I saw a girl yesterday with the trough of it, and I was longing. And I was like, should I get some now?
No one in San Diego has had a bigger portion than you got, though, on your birthday.
Nobody.
That was bigger than the
bucket,
trough.
a
That was
bucket
a
full.
full helmet full of pudding.
It was so good.
Yeah.
So good. Yeah, I think I'll get some today. Treat myself.
Going to be warm, but not overly hot,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
today.
it's going to
A
be,
little
I
warm.
mean, it's going to be
Are you
toasty.
in the sun? Where are you?
No, we're good.
You're good.
Yeah, we're fine. Don't worry about us.
All right, fine.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about where we are.
All right. I know what that means.
Is it going to cool down like this weekend?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's going to cool down a little bit later in the week.
Thank God.
Still going to be humid for the next couple of days, though. I'd like a refund on my cost of living.
That's right.
For the humidity the past couple of days. All right, Paulie's got the Reindl Report. Wrap things up after our last check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by Caltrans, reminding you that southbound I-5 will be closed at State Route 52 starting Friday night. Guys, one of the only things I hate more than a leaf blower blowing right outside my window, like now, can you hear it, is a ladder in lanes. Yeah, we got one. Westbound side of the 78 Twin Oaks Valley Road, right there in middle lanes. And if you smell breakfast cooking while you're out driving around in the South Bay, there is a food truck on fire westbound 905 just before the 805. That's over to the right shoulder. I'm thinking everybody got out safely. And northbound side of the 5, just past Coronado Avenue, not the bridge, but Coronado Avenue, accident involving a couple vehicles. That's in the center divide. Caltrans reminds you that southbound I-5 will be closed at State Route 52 Friday night through Monday morning as part of the I-5 Asset Management Project. Please plan ahead and use alternative routes like Interstate 805. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
And get things started here with our today's edition of the Reindl Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Reindl Report with Paul Reindl.
Hi, Paul.
All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Reindl Report
Hey, Paul, how you doing?
Okay, how are you?
on 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a oh yeah? Oh yeah.
All right.
All right. Gentlemen, let's start off, pay off the tease. Little San Diego State basketball news. It is almost that time. The players have been starting some workouts as we get ready for the 2025-2026 campaign. And some news yesterday from Mark Ziegler in the Union Tribune said that, now I don't think this is official yet, haven't seen any word from the school, but San Diego State, their men's basketball team, is set to host UCLA for a scrimmage, which is not super uncommon. They've done that in the past, and teams are allowed to schedule. I think it has to be an opponent. Does it have to be an opponent on your feature schedules to set up a scrimmage or not?
I know they changed the rules.
They did change the rules. That's why I wasn't totally sure. But you're able to schedule these scrimmages.
I don't think you were able to schedule 2 like public scrimmages before, but now you can sell tickets to them.
And that's the thing. They're selling tickets.
Makes sense.
And like a lot of details are still coming out on like when tickets go on sale, how much are they, who gets first dibs and all that. I would assume season ticket holders, I believe, are going to be on there. Season ticket holders for other sports at San Diego State, and then the general public. But yeah, UCLA has they have ducked the Aztecs for, I mean, years now. The last time they played each other was it 2012? That was in front of fans. They did have during the pandemic season a closed door scrimmage.
They've had a couple of them actually.
They've had a few.
They've gone up to UCLA. They've played some closed doors.
Closed door.
Not in front of people.
You can have people there, and there's going to be a revenue split, money to go towards each team's players.
Nice.
And the last time that they played was in 2012. San Diego State went up to, that was the Wooden Classic in Anaheim, and beat UCLA, and UCLA has not wanted to face San Diego State ever since.
Makes sense.
You know, it certainly did. I understand why UCLA didn't want to risk what was going to be then probably not a very good loss, and they knew that they easily could lose because San Diego State was good. But now everybody knows San Diego State is good. It's not a bad loss anymore. You lose to San Diego State, it's considered a good loss on your resume now. It's considered
credit for playing
good
them.
scheduling. All right, they went out and they played San Diego State. I don't know why it's really even relevant anymore to try to duck San Diego State, because I think everyone now understands you're scheduling up when you schedule San Diego State. You're not, playing a mid-major that no one's heard of. But maybe, I don't know, times change slowly.
They do, indeed.
So when's this?
October 17th is when it's scheduled.
The
I was reading here from in the UT. The last meeting in front of fans was 2012 when Bruins coach Ben Howland went against the advice of several people within the program and agreed to play then number 23 ranked Aztecs at the Honda Center for the Wooden Classic. 70% roughly of the announced crowd of 17,000 plus were wearing red and black. And he goes, we should not have done this.
Yeah,
this was a mistake. These fans are insane.
Yep.
It's a short drive up to Anaheim, and they are all just in our ears. I got one more basketball story, actually. And you know what? Hell of a career for this guy. Jeremy Lin. You guys remember Lin Sanity? He has officially retired from professional basketball.
Thought that already happened.
I know. Well, he hasn't been in the NBA, but he has been playing in Taiwan professionally for the last few years. I think he was the MVP last year and won a championship over there. He has still been playing really well at a high level. And I saw the headline, and it's just such a
throwback.
Small story now because it's been 13 years. But in 2012, like there's a chapter in maybe even all of professional sports.
Yes.
Not a chapter, but a paragraph. There's a blurb on Jeremy Lin, I think.
Well, Lin Sanity has taken on...
Lin Sanity was one of the craziest runs I've ever seen in professional sports.
But anytime anybody does anything like that, they call it the guy. He's right in the middle of his Lin Sanity. I would like to see a Lin Sanity run for Manny Machado.
No, he's
like
too good to have. He's too good to have a Lin Sanity run. You need like Mason McCoy to go on a
damn near went yard last
Yeah.
night, man.
But
That could have been the
thing.
start.
It's got to be someone
that you
who
don't expect.
you've never heard of that's come out of nowhere. Remember, this was like 2 weeks. He let Carmelo was out. He led the
I got
Knicks
the
on
numbers for
you.
you.
Got the numbers? Okay.
Let's see. Where was it? 2012. With the Knicks, he scored at least 20 points in 9 out of 10 games and had a 38-point game against the Lakers. That was the signature win where he outscored Kobe.
It's incredible.
And I mean, you're thinking, all right, he had a couple of good games. The Knicks were must-watch television at that point.
Do it again.
He's like, hey, he's going to fall apart here. And he just kept putting out
But it was a really
insane
short
performance.
run. Even with that huge,
It was like 3 weeks.
Yeah, he still ended up averaging like 11 points a game because he scored like 5 the rest of them. But that run was nuts.
Zach nailed it. Christian Villanueva.
He went on a
That was a
run.
Linsanity run. I remember that.
Yeah,
I saw his
14
name came
points.
up because Ramon Laureano had like 7 home runs in his first whatever at bats with the Padres, and they said, but that falls short of the record of 10 by Christian Villanueva over 2 seasons when he absolutely went off in his debut at the Padres for the first few weeks on the roster.
Shemp, a little bit of a Linsanity run.
A little bit.
Run, yeah.
Yeah, similar. I mean, it was just, but when
Still
it's
waiting
the Knicks,
I'm still waiting for mine. I'm
Alex
waiting for
Dickerson
mine.
did it with the
Linsanity run?
Giants.
Alex Dickerson, yes. I'm still waiting for my Linsanity run, like a 4-hit game with a home run and a triple or something. I'm still waiting. So anytime, baseball gods, you want to bless me, I'm here for it.
Yeah, I just saw that little story headline there that he had retired. And I go, man, like, look, he should not probably be in the NBA or the Basketball Hall of Fame, but there should be a little plaque or something about Linsanity. It was that ridiculous of a run, and like you said, we've now coined the phrase. The phrase has been coined. Linsanity
Better
run.
than being in the Hall of Fame. Like you're totally the phrase that people use when someone goes on a insane run. Yeah.
All right, then finally we'll wrap it up. I guess just another cautionary tale here. Please be very careful about who you're sending money to. There's a story that came out of a woman in Japan who fell for a romantic scammer.
This is like every day in the Reindl Report now.
It's kind of just that's what's out there right now. That's what people are doing. This woman was talking to a guy online on social media. He claimed he was an astronaut, which maybe could have been the first red flag. Probably, maybe he could be an astronaut.
I'm sure astronauts look for love online.
Yeah, they kept talking. She got some feelings. She thought he had feelings for her. He didn't, but he did. At one point, this all culminated in him saying that he was in trouble to this woman.
Yeah.
And the story that he went with was that he was actually in space on his spaceship because he is an astronaut.
Yeah.
And his spaceship was under attack and he needed oxygen.
Mm-hmm.
So he asked if she would float him some money for some oxygen. She sent $1,000,000 yen, which says here is around $6,700.
$7,000 for oxygen.
Where is he buying the oxygen store up in space?
It's a way station that you stop at and load up with oxygen on the way. Yeah, you wouldn't understand because you're down there on Earth. I'm literally under attack right now by Klingons. They're getting me, and we're almost out of oxygen.
I don't know, babe. This doesn't sound that real. He's like, are
Just
you
a
going to tell
cool
me that I'm not?
$7,000.
So this is actually
Buc-ee's in space.
Yeah, they got the air filler station, some water. Hey, do I have to turn it on or do you have to turn it on?
Debit card? Do I get one of those coins to put in the...
How much? Oh, I paid for gas, so do I get it for free? Okay, you'll turn it on. All right.
No, I don't want a car wash. I just want oxygen.
Oxygen marked.
Oxygen marked. Oh, no, he's over.
Got him.
Sorry. I was going to say, it really is we had a story on Channel 10 last night. I was anchoring about romance scams, and they're usually a little more subtle. Like, I'm deployed overseas, I'm like a lieutenant commander in the military, and then, hey, we make a connection, and hey, let's do this on WhatsApp, and they will go for like 2 months, and like, hey, I'm still deployed, we're looking forward to meeting you, and then something happens like, hey, I'm coming home next week. my bank accounts are frozen. I don't know what's gone on. Can you just float me like some money so I can get home, and then we'll meet and I'll pay you back when I get home? And they think it's real because they've been going on with these conversations for like weeks.
Aussie Tony is actually a romance scam. I found out. I just found out.
He needs oxygen. And Woods gave him $6,000.
It's so sad. It's so sad at the end of the day. But sometimes you read it and like they have like people will open their Instagram DMs like, "Hey, this is Brad Pitt. I'm stranded on the side of the road. I've got a flat tire. Any way you can, as one of my biggest fans, send me $300." And people are like, "Yeah, sounds good to me." But you're also talking to a guy that cost himself a fortune for Travelocity.
Still more believable than
oxygen.
I'm an astronaut in space. You can buy oxygen
so that I can fight this battle.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's win a ball game. How about it?
Please,
Jesus.
for the love of
Tomorrow
God.
morning, 4 hours in a round table
Yes.
for Paulie, for Woodsy. I'm Ben. Have a great rest of your Wednesday from all of us here at San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. So long, everybody.